Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a Dungeons & Dragons 5e podcast. You are in Tuva Paz, a small town built into dugouts primarily in the desert of Havas Sands. It's about 60 miles from the Burning Flan Festival. You have come across the continent through various means, arrived in the desert, and come up to its entrances. All you have been told is that the relief efforts after an earthquake have not responded, and that, as far as anyone knows, they have gone missing. As you arrive in town itself, there are still people, a few days after the earthquake, who are working on digging out sand from various abodes and walking around looking distraught at the devastation that has occurred. There are people who are looking over to you, curious but cautious, it seems, as they see you enter. Little human girl runs up and looks you over.
Whew, that has been a long journey. Oh, how did we even get here? I do not do well with heat.
I agree. Yes, it's been so long. Hello, little girl. I'm Pidge. What's your name?
Mary?
I kneel down, so... Wait, no, I'm really short.
Yeah, you're probably at eye level.
I'm at eye level. I just shake her hand. Offer out my hand.
Yeah, she shakes it.
We shake. And it's like that big handshake that little kids do, where it goes all the way up and down. These are my friends. A monist,
Howdy.
Crud Jr.,
Way too hot to be wearing black.
and a Mary.
Hi.
We've come to help you with this earthquake.
You with the other people who came, or are you separate?
Well, who else came?
There was a group that came and they went looking in the lower reaches. We're gonna dig out and see if there are any survivors, but they didn't come back out.
Do you remember any of their names?
She just shakes her head. I didn't talk to them directly.
Well, if they didn't come back out, they're probably not affiliated with us.
Did any of them have a tattoo like this? And then Mona shows her his hip.
I didn't talk to them, but Bane did. Maybe he knows. She just motions over at a older man who is standing over at what appears to be sort of a tavern of some sort, just walking out of it and rubbing his back, mumbling something.
Let's go talk to him.
Of course, the only thing left standing is the tavern.
Well, it's the most important part.
No, it's not. This is the most evil part. This place should have been the first to go.
Well, maybe you can help rebuild the church.
I can do that. That I can do.
Well, thank you, Mary.
You have fun doing that.
You're helping, Crud.
I'm with Crud Jr., just kind of sneaking away towards the tavern.
All right.
Oh, no, Craig Jr. doesn't drink, so...
Oh, yeah, you're 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
It helps with tourism.
I think I'm like in my 40s. I don't know what that means for Rock Gnome. Can I drink?
Yes, though you still will be considered pretty young.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm 48, so... Yeah, I can buy that legally. So I guess you can wait outside, Crud Jr.
Oh, I'd still go inside.
Okay. Is this older guy, like, getting pretty far away from the building, or can we catch him?
Well, he's walking pretty slowly, rubbing his back and mumbling. He looks like he's probably a tortoise is going to outpace him.
Plus, you're a pretty fast walker, Pidge.
Oh, yeah. I catch up to him.
Very energetic.
Oh, you're new. Who are you?
I wave at all of my friends and gesture for you to talk. I have a -1 charisma. We shouldn't let me do this.
Who's the most charismatic here? Amari?
Probably.
What's your name, little one?
He's talking to you, Pidge.
Oh, gosh.
You're the shortest one here.
You're the one that ran right over.
Hi, I'm Pidge.
Nice to meet you, Pidge.
We came to help you with the earthquake.
Oh, that's nice.
Did you see the adventurers who were here before to help with the earthquake?
Yes, they are asking where the storehouses are to make sure that everyone had enough food and water.
Amonis, can you show that tattoo again?
Yes. Amonis pulls down
Oh,
the edge
got
of his
the hip.
pants and shows his hip.
Was it this tattoo that the guild members were wearing?
Yes, that's the one, though they didn't have it tattooed there.
Oh, ominous.
You're just lucky I don't have it tattooed where other daddy has it. He shows quite a bit more skin than I do.
So they went to the lower reaches and
Bane is like,
and they didn't come back up yet. There's a lot of sand that fell down when the earthquake happened.
Well, we are quite good at moving sand.
ooh, yes, finally it's not stone. I can move sand.
That's surprising that they didn't send you the first time.
I'm really annoying.
Oh, that might explain it.
No comment.
It seemed nice enough, though.
Ibery's gonna look at Crowd like,
So we go dig them out.
yeah, so where can you kind of take us over to where they went in?
Sure, I'll lead you over there. And he turns and takes a step. And a couple of seconds later, he takes another step.
Can you point out where they went in?
And point out those storehouses, too.
Hey, other dad, why don't you pick him up and carry him?
Sure. You want to ride?
I'm a bit old for that.
Oh, I'm quite strong.
And can gently carry you in his 2 arms.
Oh, that kind of ride.
Oh, yes. Yes, that was
sure.
the kind of ride I was offering you.
Oh, burn.
Oh,
Yeah, Simonis crouches
Bane.
down and scoops him right up and puts him on his shoulders.
Yeah. That way. And he points. As you can see, the city itself is largely built on 2 ledges of rock and down into it. And the sands from the earthquake and wind have evidently swept down into the crevice between the 2. And he just points, and you can see the sand just has piled up, burying several buildings.
Amonis trots off that direction, following the lead of the finger pointing down between the cliffs.
Ibery follows.
Pidge, you
Crud
keeping
follows
up?
at a safe 30 feet behind the rest of the party.
Teenagers.
All right. So, eventually
Come on,
he gets
Crab.
you down to where steps would lead down further into the cliff facing. And they go down about 50 feet or so before rocks and parts of building and sand have blocked the path. You can see clearly indentations in the sand that show somebody who has walked down along this length.
Ooh.
And then you can see what appears to be just a scratch on part of the building rubble, which just points an arrow toward where they were navigating through to get deeper.
Does it look like there are any houses underneath this sand with the way the houses are around here, or is this past the city part? Like, are there people trapped down there?
There definitely seems like there are buildings still down there. Whether or not they would be people, you're not certain. The architecture is varied. It is layered from centuries of structures that have been constructed. Most likely somewhere near the top, but not at the top as the oldest, and then digging deeper down, while some newer structures have, like the tavern, popped up on the top to try and drive in some business and things from people traveling through the desert.
Sand powers activate.
Okay, you want me to? Because we are skipping the storehouse, but I'm going to assume that we're supposed to skip the storehouse. Whatever you guys want me to do.
The storehouse, he had said, had been buried. So,
okay, good.
It was the main reason they were trying to head down.
Ah, okay, so they're heading down here to get the food so the people don't starve during the earthquake relief efforts. Perfect. Okay, mold earth. I choose a portion of dirt or stone that I can see within range and that fits within a 5-foot cube. If I target an area of loose earth, I can instantaneously excavate it, move it along the ground, and deposit it up to 5 feet away. So I'm like a 5-foot cube bulldozer with instantaneous speed. This movement doesn't have enough force to cause damage, but it does mean that I am like, scoop, move, scoop, move, scoop, move. So, mold
You're
earth.
a groundhog.
I'm a groundhog.
That seems like a lot of work.
Okay.
Yes, and each 6-second action, I do a 5-foot cube, so that's 25 cubic feet of earth.
Okay. Are you focusing primarily on the sand or some of the stone architecture that has collapsed?
I will selectively pull out sand.
Okay.
If possible.
I'd like you to make a intelligence check.
Hey, that's my best check. 15.
Okay. You select areas of the sand that do not appear to be load-bearing any of the structures and do not cause any further damage from collapse.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, I hadn't considered that. Whoops.
Good job, Pidge.
Yay!
And you clear a path further down on the steps into the lower reaches of the city. You can see some people who are lower down, who are working on digging themselves out and crawling around rubble, moving around. They do not appear to be anyone you recognize from the guild, however.
I also would like to note that if there's a lot of weight on someone, I won't pull it off of them because that's how you release their blood and then they die within a minute. So if someone's like got a pillar on top of them, I won't pull it off, just to clarify.
You got me there. We're
There
good.
doesn't appear to be anybody who has weight on them so much as just some of the stair work and such has been blocked by enough rubble that they're trying to work out a way of getting around it
Okay.
without
Hey, people.
falling into the crevice.
Hey, people. There's the exit. New exit now. Go.
Okay. So a few of them look over and see that you've cleared a path, and one of them is going to try and toss a rope over and manages to get it across the crevice, and it just clings onto a bit of rock that is on your side, but it is not secured.
Other
You
dad, go
wanna-
secure that
I
because
was
you
gonna
got the
say,
strength.
Grabs it and secures it around one of the more secure rock outcroppings.
Yeah, you're the only one with strength right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a strength check on how tightly you can get it to hold in place.
Ooh. Okay, that was... Well, I rolled a 7. Plus 4 is 11.
Okay. One of them tugs on it. Seems to be supporting their weight. They start crawling along the length, slowly across.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous too. 11's not a very good number.
The first one manages to get about halfway, and somebody else starts trying to...
One at a
Climb.
time, please. One at a time. And Monis calls across.
The rope holds. As the second one is trying to... There's the slight creaking sound, but when you tell them that, they switch to one at a time and start making their way across safely.
Good.
That could have
Just
ended
save people
badly.
there. I don't think it would have
Yeah.
helped her too.
Pidge, you could have made him levitate over.
And done nothing else today.
So, 2 women, a man, and 2 children manage to slowly make their way across. And thank you.
Do we know them?
They do not appear to be anybody from the guild.
Okay.
They are somebody who lives here or somebody who was visiting here.
NPCs.
Are you injured?
Just a bit of scrapes, nothing major though. Would have been very difficult to get across without the help.
Alright, Amiri's gonna tend to their wounds.
While she does that, what can you tell us about this situation? S-bar format, please.
What?
What format?
S-bar. Situation, background, assessment recommendations.
Speak speak common, other dad.
That is common.
You mean like the
It's
hot
military
dog?
common. I'm a fighter, remember?
No, it's not.
All right, Amiri,
S-bar
go
is
ahead and just make
definitely
a medicine
military,
check,
thank you.
and go ahead and make a persuasion check at disadvantage
Aww.
amongst.
Oh,
Just
Boys
because
are
he doesn't seem to
military, too.
know what you're talking about. You explained it, but it's like he's not used to this.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate that I'm wasting lucky rolls here. Both rolls are a 19.
14 for medicine.
Okay. You managed to just use something minor to just check the wounds, just make sure that there isn't any infection, and wipe it clean, cover it up with a bandage. Not wanting to get any sand or grit that could be carrying anything into the wound. It's nothing really serious. It's like, oh, well, there's 4 of you lot who were going down. They were looking for storage as well as a way around to get us. They didn't have a clear way of getting across. Or at least they didn't say that they did if you all got in.
Did they have this tattoo? And Mary points at her shoulder.
Yeah, 2 of them had it on the hand, and 1 on the cheek, and
Oh.
1 on the ankle.
Oh, we can identify people this way. Kaihaku has his on his hand.
Mary's is on her, or Thea's is on her shoulder.
Okay, who has it on a cheek? That's gotta be noticeable, right? Like, we know that person.
History check?
Of our own memory of the people we've played with. Should we do that? I don't know. Is the DM, is that what we're...
I don't know.
Are we supposed to find this out?
It may be possibly reserve members or somebody who has retired even. Just simply because the cheek part would be something more memorable. These weren't someone that, as far as you had known, were sent by the guild other than just for disaster relief. So it may not have been necessarily anybody expecting any sort of trouble, just trying to help out.
So they sent people they could afford to lose.
Or people who wouldn't necessarily be needed somewhere else if something else was worse being needed.
Or level 20 adventurers like Moosey who works at a bar.
People we don't know. All right.
Or people we have yet to know. Level 20 friends are nice.
Well, let's head down.
Did they just walk past you when they came down here? Like, you seem to have seen them, but you were also stuck on this side of the ravine. They just
Yeah,
left
and
you
they
here?
didn't help?
They said they were going to go and see if there was a route across further down. They didn't see a way to move the rubble on our side.
So I'm stronger than them, huh? All right.
They're amateurs.
We got some level 1 noobs. All right. Okay. Maybe not level 20 friends.
Was a
Probably
thought.
not. Might be even first mission, potentially.
Oh, little babies.
We'll find
We've
out.
all been there.
They do thank you and ask if there's any other information that you need. Otherwise, they are going to go further up since they can see that you've cleared the way.
How long ago was the earthquake?
About 2 days.
So there could still be aftershocks then. Okay.
How long ago did they pass?
Just about a day and a half is what they said.
I'm going to give them chocolate
Or
on their
I
way
should
out.
say news of the earthquake was 2 days ago. The earthquake itself was possibly 3, maybe a little bit more due to communication.
Okay. Less likely that there's aftershocks. I mean, is there a volcano under us that you know about?
Well, there's some lava tubes way down below, but that stretches quite a vast distance. Don't think that there's much in the way of magma chamber or the like. Maybe just some loose lava.
Okay.
Unless it became active again.
Yeah. And then it kind of like rumbled before exploding. That's what.
Yeah, it wasn't extinct. It was just dormant.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I guess we're going to find out while in it. So
Yay!
continue.
I'm gonna give them chocolate on their way out, just because they've been down here for a while, and
Aw.
I know it helps. I know it helps with shock, and
Okay. Do you mention what it is to them, or just tell them to eat it?
I'll tell them it's chocolate, and then tell them it's a rare delicacy in these parts.
Yeah, they start asking what it is before you explain that, and like, well, we'll go up and have some of it with other friends and family.
Oh.
Thank you for everything.
You are very welcome.
And if you do find that lot, let them know that we did get out okay, thanks to you.
Oh, we will.
All right.
I'm sure they'll remember you after having been stuck down here for a day and a half. You're very important NPCs whose names we don't know. We totally
Yes.
will.
Very important.
Well, none of you have said your names or asked theirs, so. But they do seem eager to get back to everybody. So, as you go further, you can see that the stairs leading further down, there's bits of rubble here and there. Some look like they might need just a bit of effort to move out of the way. Some gaps in some of the stairwork that looks like it might need to be hopped over. But most of the way down to where Bane says that the storehouse is, looks feasible to get down to it.
Oh man, I just remembered. You have him on your shoulders. So you did that all.
Oh yeah, all of that.
So, he does say that if you don't need him, now that he's pointed out where the storehouse is, that he's going to head back and not go down the stairs and such, because he doesn't think that he's going to be much help moving any of the rocks or hopping over anything.
But we'll
It's going
always
to take
need
you
you.
3 days just to get out. You might as well just stick with us.
What do you guys think? Protect a companion that's squishy? Or send him back up and he might fall in the pit on his way back up?
I think he's from here. I think he can find his way back. It'll just take him a while.
Alright.
I mean, he's safe with me.
He goes at 1 step an hour. I mean, we'll pass him on the way back.
That's true.
Teenage snark.
And we'll get to hear the DM talk in an old man voice if we keep him with us.
That's true. I like that voice.
Alright, so we keep our Bane with us?
Okay. Are you trying to convince him to stay with you, or are you just going to not let him down off of your shoulders?
Sure.
I am not holding him hostage.
I will try to
Oh.
convince him.
Yeah.
Okay. Make
Monus
a
puts him on the
persuasion check.
ground and lets him make his own decision as an autonomous adult.
Thank God I got a high persuasion. 17.
Okay. Well, I guess I can help a little bit. Might need a bit of mobility help.
Well, you're just much safer with us, sir.
If you think so.
Okay,
And
back
he-
up on the shoulders.
Kind of motions
right,
for
back
months
on
to
up.
just lift him up.
You could be like Yoda, carry him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Carrying him.
Piggyback.
Yoda Bane.
And now he knows how Craig
Ominous
felt.
Skywalker.
Oh my gosh! That was an inversion. Amonis carrying
Alright.
people on his shoulders.
This is sad that the little elf is now the pack mule character in this party.
Hey, I'm an elf too.
You buffed.
So, as you descend down the steps, I'm going to want a athletics check as far as the gaps,
Oh no.
and a strength check from someone, or one with advantage if 2 people are going to help with moving some of the rubble out of the way.
Okay. I am going to guess that the strength check is going to be me. Can the jumps be an acrobatics check?
I will say acrobatics will work.
I am better
I'll
at that.
say it disadvantage because you're carrying someone else.
Okay. Acrobatics, I got 22. Athletics, 18.
Actually, my
17
athletics
for
are
me.
4. So acrobatics are disadvantage, athletics are not disadvantage.
Right. It's more that you are going to
Encumbered.
grip. Well, you're going to be gripping the side of the rock while trying to make your way across, versus if you're just hopping the distance.
Got it. Okay, so then I will grip the side. So then athletics and strength. So it's all +4. All right. So I need a strength and I need an acrobatics. So that's a 20 for the first one and an 18 for the second one.
Dang.
So, even encumbered, you all manage to get across and can see way down. And the storehouse does have some rubble in front of it that looks like some of it's been cleared, not all of it. However, there also seem to be multiple footprints that are in the area.
Oh, they made it across. One of the options was they fell down that ravine we just crossed.
True.
Not all of the footprints appear to be booted.
They lost a shoe?
Oh, what do the non-booted ones look like? Can I investigate?
Goblins.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I bend down onto the... Whoa, my dice ran away. Oh, natural 1 + 7 to investigate the unbooted footprint.
Okay. They do appear humanoid, but not human. They're definitely unbooted. There does appear to be padding that seems like there is some sort of scuffle. You see at least 2 races in addition to the boot prints. And they seem to all be going down along 2 different paths that split down from here, deeper into the sands.
Humanoid, but not human, as in like smaller, bigger,
Smaller.
So we're thinking like elfy kind of?
More that the depression isn't from as much weight. That they would be something shorter.
Oh, like a cat paw.
Shorter. Okay. More like a halfling or gnome or something.
Or like a gnome.
Or like a little goblin.
A
Okay.
gnome.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
gotcha.
Goblin Slayer flashback.
So, it appears that there are 2 sets of tracks, some from one race, some from the other, and the 2 pairs of boot prints on each side. So it appears that possibly these adventurers were captured by 2 different groups.
Let's follow the tracks.
Which of the tracks? You said there's 2?
There's 2 groupings. It seems 2 people were taken by each group.
Oh, so they split the party. No. Left or right, Crowd Jr.?
The middle.
Okay, we go to the storehouse.
The storehouse still has some rubble in the way, but it can be cleared if you'd like to do that.
Absolutely.
I can't, yeah.
Strength check, right?
I mean,
Yep.
we could get a little help, but
I don't need it. Rolled a 19 plus 4 is 23.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You managed to clear some of the rubble out of the way, and I want you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so glad you did this.
Mm-hmm.
I know, right? Dexterity saving throw is 4. So, 18.
Okay. As you are clearing the rubble out of the way, hear something from in the storehouse, and there is just this sound of something mechanical scraping for a bit, and then a dart shoots out, missing you.
Ah,
A strap!
ah.
mechanical
see-
Pidge, that's you.
That, as you move some of the rubble, there is a little tiny loop of rope that was attached to part of it, so that when it moved, it would fire out the dart.
Can
You
I...
do not imagine that this is something that was intentionally put in the storehouse, since it was attached to rubble, not to the storehouse door.
Can I inspect the rest of this before I continue moving it and see if there is any more?
Okay. You can see that there does not appear to be anything more currently attached. However, glimpsing in, there is just a bare light glint off of what appears to be a device that had fired the dart, you can see that there are 2 more tips, and that already there are 3 that have been spent, including the one that just fired at you.
So there's 2 more.
I want to investigate that dart, see if I can figure out who made it.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll I'm sorry.
Okay. Looks to be that it, when it shot past him, it stuck into part of the rock right where the split is. So you can pick it up. And you're saying you're going to try and stealth in, or... So, Amongst, what were you saying as far as...
I would like to do a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
To remove the other darts and disable the rest of that trap.
Okay. That would require you first getting inside, since it is set up slightly inside the storehouse.
So I can't reach it.
No, not at present.
Now that I am aware of it...
But I have a little clockwork thing that could set off the trap 2 more times. You want my little clockwork buddy to help us out? And then it'll be empty.
Sure.
Okay, I reach into my fanny pack, and I pull out a clockwork frog. It's purple. I wind it up. It's got a big copper-colored, handle sticking out of the top of it, and when I twist it, it makes little clicking sounds. Click, 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 every time I twist it. And then the clockwork frog hops into... Please don't explode my clockwork. I think I just set that up, didn't I?
Okay.
I can repair it, so if it needs to get exploded by darts, it can.
All right.
I have a mage hand. We could just use that to...
That's
Okay.
true. Whoops. I think
All right.
I lost a frog, didn't I?
So you're having it just hop up on the string to trigger it?
Yeah.
While the rest of us dodge out of the way of the path of the darts.
I can control it. We don't have to be near it.
Are any of you saying anything as far as to your compatriot who is trying to examine the dart?
Yes.
That is
Get out of the way of the darts.
Oh, good. Okay. You can use my little clockwork frog to set off the trap and use up all the darts, and then it'll be safe if you want.
Okay, 1 second. As far as the dart itself, since it is being examined while all of this discussion is happening, it appears to be very crude in design. Little more than just a chunk of rock that's been smoothed enough that it could fit into some kind of barrel, with a bit of metal and a tip that has been coated with something.
Okay, what would you like me to roll to figure out what the coating is?
I would say you could probably make a medicine check, or if you have anything with a poison kit or anything like that sort.
Alrighty. That's a nat 1, so nothing.
You lick it.
No. That was a medicine check, not an intelligence check.
Okay. So you're not sure if it's something that would have been meant to knock out or kill its target. You figure that it's at least something that was meant to be potent, whatever it is, since they coated a lot of it. It, for as much as you know, could just cause a allergic reaction and itching and all kinds of stuff. You're not sure, but whatever it is, they lathered a lot of it on.
I'll put it in my pocket and we'll do some science later.
Okay. And on the first tug, the clockwork frog, going to have it make a dex saving throw on whether or not it's going to get hit or not.
Oh, it got a 16 on the dice.
Okay. It managed to, as it hopped onto the string, dangle there a second, and the dart just shoots out right underneath it.
Between its little kicking legs.
And then the second dart fires out as it is moving.
Should I roll again?
Yeah.
Oh, little frog. 14. I don't know. Is that good enough? I might not be.
It takes 4 piercing damage as a dart impales into it.
Oh, and explodes into little pieces. Are there any darts left?
There don't appear to be any darts that are still in whatever the device is, or at
Good
least
job,
not
frog. I clap my
gleaming
hands
in
together.
the light. There is a second dart that is now in the rock where the first one had hit, and then the third one that is on the ground because of exploding.
I'm going to pocket them as well.
Okay.
The little frog holds up a thumbs up from the ground. I start collecting the pieces of my clockwork frog.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to stick these darts into the bad guys.
With the trap expended, moving the rock doesn't trigger anything further. You can see it's very shoddy made, something hastily thrown together that is in 3 parts, just a small little stand to elevate it, the actual device itself, and then the trigger that has been pulled. It mostly appears to be made out of rock, metal that's been banded into tubes. It definitely does not seem like the sort of craftsmanship that dwarves would do. It's more hastily thrown together.
Okay.
The storehouse itself has crates and jars full of food and water and other supplies that are readily available now that the traps have been disabled.
Is anybody going to keep this dart machine thing?
I was not planning on it.
No.
How heavy?
I got the darts. You can have the machine.
Yeah, how heavy is the dart machine thing?
It looks like the 3 separate parts all together probably weigh about 18, 19 pounds.
Ooh, I weigh 40 pounds.
Have other dad carry it for you.
Bonus.
I have a bag of holding.
How much stuff do you want to carry? Oh, yeah, it's not alive. That's a perfect place for it. Can I put it in your bag of holding?
Sure.
All right. And then I just look closely at the darts so I can make them again in that shape later. If that makes sense. Like I'm just, oh, they look like that. If that's okay with Crow Jr.
Yeah, you can examine it real quick.
All right.
There's just
Plus
pointy
there's
rocks.
the other dart that was in your frog, so you still have that one.
Oh,
Unless,
do you want this, Crow Jr.?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let you pull it out of the frog.
Okay. So, we got a room full of supplies.
So, should we leave Bane here to go through all this?
He might get eaten by goblins.
They'll live.
What's in these supplies?
There appears to be an assortment of different food, mostly dry goods, jerky of different types, grains, oats, rice. There's jars that are full of water and oil and other different things that could be useful in a situation like what has just occurred. There doesn't appear to be anything that would be perishable. There's not like fruits and vegetables in here.
Does it look like these supplies were made by humans?
These do look like supplies that the city above would have
Got it.
put down here. And the architecture is similar style, though this does look to be a bit older than the ones that were higher up.
Okay.
We should send Bane back up so he can grab people to come start carting this stuff to the surface.
That's a good idea. I agree.
All right. Amonis puts him down and pats him on the back, and okay, off you go.
Thank you for getting these available for us.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts slowly walking on his way.
Yeah,
Back
he's
up.
still going to be walking back up when we come back. You know that, guys.
Yeah.
And after a short distance, he pulls out just a small glowing crystal and just holds it up. And there is a small bit of light that comes off of it.
Would I think that's weird? Or is that like a flashlight?
You're not sure offhand. Do you want to make a Arcana
Magic
check,
item
maybe?
history check?
There you go.
Can I make a magic item history check?
Sure.
Ah, sweet. I get plus 10 to those.
Oh, that's my natural
Nice.
Arcana check.
23.
Okay. As you are looking at the crystal itself, it seems like the glow is more of a side effect of whatever this is. but you can see there is a piece of copper that is wrapped around it. And you think maybe he is using a sending spell or something similar.
Is he sending himself?
No, he's telling the people at the surface that the food's good to go.
Yeah, and that he's moving to a position where they can see him.
He'll be there in 2 days.
Oh, teenagers.
Okay, so let's follow those footprints, left or right?
Which one?
Left.
Okay. Monist, do you want to go first? You're so strong.
Sure, I'll go first.
Okay.
March off past those footprints.
Okay. You see that the footprints lead down to more of the city, structures that some of them have partially collapsed, some of them are still intact, some where sand has just blown in and filled in near the entrance. But there's also a branch off from the main path that looks to be much narrower, where these footprints seem to continue in the sand, leading down along the cliff facing away from the carved architecture and to more natural rock.
Okay.
So the goblin lair is that way. Do you guys want to kill some goblins?
Yeah, let's go that way.
Absolutely.
Okay, now remember, in a narrow tunnel, your sword might not have ability to swing. So don't let yourself walk into too tight of a space if you need to swing your sword to attack. And don't go overhand swing.
You could stab it.
I also have rapiers,
Okay.
which are stabbing weapons.
This is a reference to a very bad anime people should not watch. Okay.
I use fire. I'll be fine.
Should I go first with Eldritch Blast? It might be easier to set off.
Like, you want to walk first?
It might be easier with my Eldritch Blast.
Right.
If you want.
So,
And you'll soak up all the damage
narrow-
first, too.
acrobatics checks if you are going to go down the narrow path where the tracks are leading.
Acrobatics checks for what? For the loose sand?
It's a very narrow area with sand on the floor beneath you and loose rocks.
Can I remove the sand?
I was gonna say, Pidge, do you wanna just sweep all the sand out of our path as we go?
Instantaneously.
Okay. So then I will say with advantage, because it is still narrower than it should be for a medium humanoid.
Okay, fine.
Is that all of us or just...
If you're not using anything else to further help you, then that would be for everybody. If you are going to have somebody go and maybe set a rope or something, then just that person.
I'll set a rope.
Okay. So then just you.
All right, 19.
Okay. You manage to get across. There's a few parts where you can feel some of the rock, actual cliff facing itself, not what's on the surface, give way, but you've got enough firm footing and grip of the hand to get across, carrying a rope, and then tying it in place. You can see the edge of a ledge here, almost a semicircle around what appears to be a very short, narrow passageway into the rock.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Do you want me to make the entrance to this cave difficult terrain so that if anything rushes at us like 100 tiny goblins, we can have their movement speed as they run at these two wizards and a warlock and a fighter?
No, because then it's difficult terrain for us too.
Well, we're distance fighters, and they're like, have you ever seen Jurassic Park, the movie where this like little girl is walking along the beach, and then there's like all these tiny little green monsters, and they come out of the forest, and there's like 100 of them, and they all swarm and bite her to death, like with little chicken
Yes.
beak. Yeah. So if we're distance fighters and they have movement speed as they run at us, we can pick them off one by one. Because sometimes...
Yeah, but I was planning on going into this cave.
Oh,
We don't even know if there's anything in there or not.
that's true.
Well, the
There's
footprints
footprints
clearly
going-
lead to it.
Well, we don't know whether there's more beyond or not.
That's true. Yeah. it
Yeah,
could just-
I was planning on just marching right in here. I was not gonna wait out here.
Crud taught him good.
Yeah.
Okay.
More evidence to why we should probably send me first. Then we could do that. And
I don't know. You're kind of squishy.
I've tanked before.
Crud Jr. walks in. He's done.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, Imonis walks right in after him. Hold on, wait. Hold on there.
How do you
So-
get by him?
It is short and squat, so you will be crawling. Either on
Even
all
if-
fours or on your belly.
Even if we're 4 feet tall and 40 pounds? No, I'm 3 feet tall.
So I'm definitely crawling.
Hey, Pidge, can't you shrink us?
One person only. But yeah, I am 3 feet 4 inches tall. Am I crawling?
So you would be at least ducking your head a bit.
Okay,
It is
duck
still
my head.
narrow for you.
All right,
Do you
well,
guys
I'm
have-
crawling.
Dark vision? Do you want
I have dark
help?
vision.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I got
got
dark
it.
vision.
We're good.
I think we all do.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so we can all see in the dark. We're crawling along this cave. We have dark vision. What are we seeing?
There is a bit of sand and rock and such that blew in, but not very far because this is going straight in and it has to hit at the right angle to go in there, unlike the ledges. You can see glints of a few quartz and mica rocks here and there in the cave wall itself. It does not look cleanly hewn, just cleared enough path for being able to get through with whatever lives in here and whatever captives that they've taken.
Can I do an investigation check to see if I see any pointed crystals? I want crystal points.
Go ahead.
Ah, gemstones. Amonis. Loot. That's nat 1.
You try to pick out one particular crystal, and it just shatters into a bunch of splinters.
Can somebody else
That
see
one
if
was
they see
obviously
any
fake.
crystal points?
I will say one other person, just simply because it's mostly small little stuff. But if you can extract one, then you might get something that's of a significant size.
I'll give it a try. It's
Yeah, my
Arcana, right?
investigation's -1.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be a 22.
Okay. You manage to extract what amounts to about 2 pounds of amethyst.
So jealous.
Is that good for something?
It's cool. Can I have one?
We'll discuss it later.
For 100 gold.
Oh.
That's a fortune for amethyst? Jeez.
Well, if Pidge wants it bad enough.
I'll
No,
keep an
I mean,
eye out.
if she wants it for something, I mean, she can make 2.
So, yeah, it's about 200 GP worth.
Oh my gosh. Oh. No. I'll keep my eye out for more cool stuff. In one session, I almost got a horse.
Okay. As you are looking out for other things, why don't you go ahead and make a perception check?
Uh-oh. Is that all of us?
Well, you first, since you're the one who is looking out the most.
Uh-oh.
Presently.
Okay. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sweet.
You manage to see some of the rock further up ahead, where you are crawling, slightly sticks up in a way that is unnatural.
Ah, I pointed out to my friends. That rock looks weird.
That's unnatural.
I wonder what looks unnatural about it. What does it look like exactly?
It appears to have very straight edges that stick up about just an inch off the ground where the rest of the rock is, and seems like it smoothly would fit in place.
What is it, like an altar?
It's a trap.
No, yes. It appears that it might be a trap of some kind or a trigger, whether it's for a trap or something else. But it definitely looks about the size of a large foot.
Oh, it's a trap. Hey guys.
All right, everybody,
Trap.
let's not step on that.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe Pidge saw a trap. That's never going to happen again.
And you all manage to work your way around it and not set it off. Eventually, the path up ahead seems to fork one way, where it just seems to go down and down, spiraling. You can see what appear to be maggots and small insects that are crawling around in some sort of
Ew.
filth that has been poured down this chute.
I'm guessing not that way.
This is the poop chute. Let's not go down there.
You imagine this is likely a waste dump for whatever leads down there.
And Mary, since you can sense magic, is there anything magical under the poop?
I'll detect magic.
No, there does not appear.
That's a no.
Yeah, it just appears to be where they dump their waste instead of leaving it wherever they live.
Also, is there a human skull?
There is not.
Okay.
There do appear to be bones of small animals, but not anything human.
Oh, good.
Or humanoid.
You can see bits of chitin that look like from animal insects, something like a chinchilla or mice of some kind, some bird, but nothing human. There's also some plant matter, but not much of it.
So we go the other way?
Yeah.
The path opens up a slight bit, and there is a chamber in front of you. Inside the chamber, there appear to be two humanoids who are chained to part of the wall
Oh my.
that are currently using a mallet to break up some stone and wood as two small reptilian individuals are poking them with sticks.
Do they see us?
At present, their backs are to you for the reptilians. The humanoids are looking down at the work. They look a bit disheveled, like their clothing has been torn a bit. You can see clearly one of them has a piercing hole through part of their coat and shirt, where a dart probably had pierced into them.
We need to intervene.
Do you guys want to get a surprise round on them?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
I'll just blast straight at him.
You really
Sneak
want to do
attack.
this? Go for it.
I want to shoot one of their darts at them with what's it
catapult?
called? Catapult. Yeah.
Oh, man. Are we saying what we're doing?
I kind of want to intimidate him.
Or are we taking turns, or?
It's up to the DM.
Do we roll initiative?
Yeah.
So right now it would be surprise run, basically, if that is what you're choosing to do. They have
Yes.
not seen you or seem to have heard you yet.
I have handcuffs, you guys. Do you want to question one of them?
No.
Sure.
We could always kill them after.
Yeah, you can
We don't
question
know.
first. Oh, okay.
We could just knock him unconscious and not kill them.
Yeah, so we can knock them unconscious after we question them. Yeah, let's. I hold up my handcuffs because I can't knock them out, but I can handcuff them after you guys knock them out.
Can we get the cuffs on them before we knock them out? Is that a thing, or do we have to knock them out first?
It depends on if you're trying to stealth closer or just try to deal damage to knock them out first.
I do have advantage on stealth checks with my elven cloak.
Okay,
could
here's
try
the
to
question.
stealth.
Does she have two sets or just one?
I got one, too.
So we have two sets.
Okay, let's knock them out, give them handcuffs, and feed them a good berry.
Okay. So, amongst, are you stealthing up toward the left or the right one?
So me and Ominous,
So the plan is to handcuff one of them.
we
Well,
got 2 pairs of cuffs.
We have 2 pairs of cuffs. Can we stealth up to both of them and cuff them before even fighting them? Is that that's
They
the
can
question?
probably break out of the cuffs if they're full strength.
So we have to fight them first. So we can't stealth up to them yet.
Well, when you stealth, you get sneak attack damage.
Okay, so we're all stealthing up to them to start the battle.
Oh, I'm not.
No, I'm shooting them from here.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
okay.
would
So
be-
I'm the only one stealthing up. The rest of you guys are distance
I'll
fighters.
stealth, too.
Okay,
I mean,
we're both.
I'm a distance, but
Okay.
we got 2 cuffs. Might as well try to do 2 people.
All
And
right.
Okay.
of the current 3 spellcasters, I'm probably the most equipped to...
All right.
Okay. So, go ahead and both of you roll a stealth check with advantage, because I hadn't noticed you at all before you started.
This is gonna end in tears.
All right. Still not my best rolls. 15.
19.
That beats a 3 and a 7 respectively.
Okay.
And you manage to sneak up behind them and handcuff both kobolds.
Okay.
Oh,
What do?
okay.
What do? Hey!
How tall are they relative to me?
They're about 2.5 feet tall.
Ah, I can look down on them.
Oh no.
Okay. Wait, you said these things might break out of the cuffs if they're full strength, right?
Absolutely. Don't know why you guys didn't knock them out. So,
Okay, wait. So we have stealth round, right?
Yes.
That's over
Okay.
now.
Yeah, you use that. You've handcuffed them. They,
Okay, are we in battle now, or are they just handcuffed?
Right now, they're handcuffed, and they're like, what do, hey? They seem confused that you've just handcuffed them.
that makes sense.
Oh.
That would be confusing. Well, I can get these people out of their, the humans out of their handcuff. I prefer to keep everybody handcuffs until we've separately interrogated all of them and then compared their stories. But,
So
I'm fine with that, but let's talk about the people who can break out of their handcuffs right now. Am I hitting them with my swords or not?
I have tongues.
yes,
I could
speak to them.
touch one, and they could speak any language.
Okay.
So that way we could all, instead of just me.
So they were speaking common, though it was a bit broken.
They gain vocabulary.
No, so yeah, that's what I'm just going to say is if you are wanting to use that or not. But they did.
So we can understand them. You're going to do a voice for us. I like it. Yeah, you don't have to use your spell.
Okay, that works.
What do you call that when someone gives up? Surrender!
What do? Why here?
To me.
Why
Because
here?
you took our friends captive. Surrender!
Intimidate him, Amonist.
Yeah, someone other than me.
Amonis draws both of his scimitars and holds them against their necks and says, "Sit."
Roll intimidation with advantage.
Intimidation. 16.
Okay. Thump, thump. 2 kobolds sitting on their butt.
Oh, perfect.
So now they're even shorter.
Alright, so I lean down to... even leaning down, I'm still can't... I kneel down. So, why'd you take these guys hostages?
Need work. Goblin. Kill others. Take deeper.
Need work?
Need workers.
Oh, okay, you're slave takers. Let's kill them.
So why don't you do the work?
Other kobolds dead. Need traps. Need defenses.
What killed the other kobolds?
Goblins.
Oh, you're not goblins.
No, these are lizard folk. Something.
So goblins killed the other kobolds and told you to come and capture slaves for them.
No. Need. Fight back. Keep goblins out.
So, okay, goblins killed the other kobolds, and you need to get slaves to defend yourselves against the goblins.
Yes. Smart one.
Ah.
You can't take slaves.
Goblin take slaves.
You can't take slaves. That makes you, as goblins, as bad.
Goblins take slaves. Goblins kill kobolds. We don't touch goblins. They worse. They kill.
You took human slaves.
They take human slaves.
Oh. Wait, so the goblins took them human, and then the kobolds were like, we're going to steal these slaves?
Fight. Both take slaves.
Oh, okay.
So
You
you're
can't
telling
take
me this isn't a
slaves.
good versus bad. You don't really see it that way.
Survive.
Yeah, I see how it is. Okay.
Yeah, they don't need to survive.
They're talking to us, though. That makes it hard to kill them.
Maybe for you.
Goblins kill kobolds.
No, I definitely won't kill him.
Kobolds are one.
Take
They're
to
not
lower
necessarily a
depths.
good.
Stink up caves.
I mean, if you read the character sheets on kobolds,
Are they jerks? Do they take slaves?
yeah,
Clearly.
they're a race
Okay.
of darkness and
Didn't
evil.
you just hear him? He said that you stink up the cave.
He said the
He's insulting
goblins stink up the caves.
Oh,
I know.
oh.
Teenagers.
What's
Smell
the right
fish.
thing to do to slave takers?
Well, hold on. Let's turn to the humans, and that's what their story is.
Yeah, now that they've heard the thing that they should parrot, because we did this in the same room. Humans, what are your names?
Well, they're chained. They're being forced to work, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, come now.
Hey, I don't trust anybody.
Do we see the fire-breathing kittens tattoo on him?
Yes, you can see them.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yep, they appear to be the two that have them on their hands.
Okay. Do we recognize the people?
They definitely seem like new recruits. You might have seen them around before. I will say, go ahead and just roll a d20.
Me?
Any of you
Just
can roll
Pidge?
it. Just to...
3.
14?
11.
5.
Okay. So, Pigeon and Mary, you two would have at least seen them and remember their names. You may fill in what those are.
Okay. So, Jim Bob, our new recruit, the harbor master.
No way.
He's here.
But I know Jim Bob.
Yeah, he's right here. You forgot
Hey,
him.
Jim Bob, how are you?
Yeah, I think he has like a peg leg. And
He does have a peg leg.
And he's like overweight, and he used to be the harbor master, but he wanted to join our guild because we were so cool, and immediately got taken prisoner by kobolds.
Oh, he's not doing well down here.
No.
Seen better days.
Yeah, you have.
I walk over to Jim Bob and I use minor alchemy, change ordinary materials nature for 1 hour, so I can change metal. Is he in metal handcuffs?
He does appear to be, yes. And Amiri, what is the name of the other one?
And the other one is Taylor. We'll go Taylor Sunpebble. A Tabaxi ranger who was recently hired to work the stables to tend to the Chocobo farm.
We have a chocobo farm?
We do.
Oh.
He's very uncomfortable in these.
It looks like I can change with minor alchemy one material into another, and I think we have some flame specialists here, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if I were to transform it into another common material like wood, then you guys could probably break it much easier than if it was metal, right?
Why not just turn it into water?
That's not one of my options.
Oh.
Yeah, I can burn it off.
Or
Can
we
you
could
turn
like
water into wine?
saw through it or something.
Or turn it into something like sand?
Again,
that an
not an
option?
option.
Huh?
Not an option.
Oh.
Wood, stone, iron, copper, silver.
Wood seems the least strong.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, what it is.
Okay.
And then we can like cut through it.
I'm just afraid of burning their hands if you
Yeah. I would rather
if you
file
turn it into
through it.
wood, if it's a handcuff, it's not very thick. If you turn it into wood, we could probably just break it.
Can I turn it into balsa wood?
I will say, go ahead and make an intelligence check on selecting the type of wood.
18 plus 4.
Yep. You managed to do it, and they kind of just twist it and it snaps and goes into splinters all over the place.
Thank you, balsa wood. You're free, Jim Bob.
And
Thank you
Taylor
very much.
Sunpebble.
It's good to get my hands a bit loose.
Are you guys injured?
No, we just, the dart piercing. That's all. Knocked me out, and Jim Bob was still a plus I saw.
Is there any rope around this room?
Go ahead and make a investigation check.
12.
Okay. You do find a small alcove in the room, where you can see just dangling below it straps. Reaching up and around a small ledge, you pull out the 2 dungeoneering kits that the adventurers have.
Oh, good. All right. So we reach in there, grab some rope, use it to tie up these 2 kobolds, and return the handcuffs to my companions here, so they can get those back. I think it's...
You also do find a couple of other things in that alcove as you grab them.
Ooh.
What do I find?
There is a belt, and there is a small doorknob that appears to have a bunch of markings on it.
A belt and a doorknob.
Magic.
I would like to do an Arcana check on those.
Yeah, I'm going to
items.
hand that to my smart companions.
I could detect magic on those.
Okay. Are you using Detect Magic on them?
Yes.
Okay. They do both appear to be magic. The belt appears to be snakeskin with some markings on the inside. And the doorknob does appear to be made of wood, but with markings on it as well. The snakeskin belt, at least, has it hidden on the inside, so it is not visible when it is worn.
Can I, with a 27, know the history of these magical items?
Okay. They appear to have been something that these two weren't aware was there. Maybe the kobolds knew. Likely these are things that the kobolds got off of other adventures. They appear to be a bit aged, possibly there even for a few years.
I kind of want them.
I got a 28 with Arcana to figure out exactly what they do, if possible.
So, the belt appears to be something that would have to be worn, but it seems like, looking at just some of the glyphs and such, that it seems likely it would provide resistance of some kind. There's just a little that seems lost in translation. You go over it a bit more. This appears to be a belt of deflection. It will give resistance to piercing damage.
Huh.
Oh, Craig
I like
Jr.,
that
do
a
you
lot.
want this? Or Mary?
Well, let's see what the doorknob is first. I'm thinking the guy that might be up front getting pierced might be the best person to do it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The doorknob, on the other hand, looking at it, it appears to be relatively simple except for the carvings. It appears to have no lock or anything of that sort, just a flat surface behind the doorknob itself, where there are more additional markings. You figure this is a hag's doorknob. When put onto a flat stone, wood, or plaster surface, it allows the owner to cast Pass Wall. Pulling the doorknob open opens a door leading to the passage created by Pass Wall. Once the duration of the spell expires, the doorknob fades away with the door and passage. Appears that they have not used it yet.
Oh. Okay, I was going to say that's way too broken, but okay, if it's one use.
Yeah, it looks very fragile, and it looks like the kobolds just have not used it yet. They perhaps have it as an escape plan.
Okay. Single use only.
I'm going to make sure Crud or a Mary or a Monist gets these items. Which one of you guys wants them?
Well, I'll take the belt.
Yeah, I think you should have the belt, and I'll pocket the doorknob for now, just so we have it in case we need it.
So the
Alright.
belt deflects all piercing damage?
It appears to make you resistant. It does require attunement.
Ooh, it requires
Okay.
attunement. You can only have 3 attuned items equipped at one time.
Resisting to piercing. I don't know what that means to resist piercing damage.
That means that you take
It's half.
And if you have something else that lets you have damage, then you would quarter it instead.
Ah, okay.
But you won't be able to use it this time because you have to tune it.
Oh, I can't use it this game. Okay. All right. Well, later.
Not unless you wanted to take a long rest.
We could. It's been 3 days. Anything going on?
Well, we gotta rescue the other enslaved peoples.
Yeah. All right.
They'll
Maybe
probably
later.
still be alive tomorrow.
I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, regardless.
Wait, I want to talk to these kobolds. I have thought of a solution.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, kobolds.
Hello. No.
You want to... Wait, what?
Oh wait, I
They're
had a solution
confirming that
too.
you're a gnome.
I was gonna send them back
Oh.
with these new adventurers and have them go get dropped off in jail.
So
What was yours?
sometimes people and their actions are a product of their circumstances. And I'm going to choose to believe that you guys took slaves because your family members were murdered in front of you and you felt like you had to survive the goblin attacks. Blink if you want something good to happen to you. Just keep going.
just
the
keep
kobolds give
blinking.
me nothing. Okay, so I'm like, so because you're probably more likely to do good than harm if it benefits you, it's possible that you could have a good life for you in Nicomoy working in a bakery, and you would have all the baked goods that are ugly that you want to eat, and you wouldn't have to live in caves, and you wouldn't have to take slaves, and you wouldn't have to see your family members killed by goblins, because that is quite tragic that your family members were killed by goblins. So do you want to
Tragic,
become
yes.
bakery workers?
Like caves, small crevices.
Yeah.
Hide, stab people, try to pull out.
The city is very similar to caves. It's got tall buildings all around you and dark shadows where the sun can't reach in between the tall buildings, and the
Hey,
smell
sun.
of good food all the time. And what you do each day is bake food and sell the food. Probably not even interact with the public. Just in the back of the bakery. I'm going to make you into house elves, and you're going to bake food in the bakery. What do you think, little slave trading kobolds? What do you think?
You're gonna put him to work for me?
Yeah.
He just said, though, he wanted to stab people.
Yep.
Hide in
Yes.
small cave. Stab people, try to pull out.
You can hide in the back of a bakery if you would like, and just bake delicious things all day and eat all day and be fat and happy and recover from this trauma that turned you evil temporarily. The emotional trauma of which of your family members did you lose, little kobold? Hi, I'm Pidge. What's your name? Let's bond.
Crackle.
Crackle? That's kind of
Crackle.
cute. Crackle and
Thurns.
Thurns. Okay, Crackle and Thurns. What was the name of your loved ones that you lost?
Mata. Key.
That's very sad. I
Lost
think
clutch.
What?
Lost clutch.
Oh no. Well, would you like to be far away from this cave system that failed to protect your clutch? These caves have done you wrong.
Caves no do wrong. Goblins do wrong. Kill goblins.
Caves are full of goblins. Would you rather live in a bakery and then you can have a new clutch?
I think we need to just do a persuasion check and decide what the DC is here.
Someone other than me. Can't talk.
You're the one that only you're the one that wants him to
only
go.
one that wants to
Oh,
do
gosh.
this.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
shipping him off
want
to
him
jail.
in jail.
I want him in your bakery.
I want to throw him down the poop chute.
I rolled a 2 and I have a -1.
I don't think you're
Off to
convincing
jail.
them. So, kobolds, are you convinced that you want to work in a bakery?
Bakery have small cave?
No.
No.
No bakery.
Okay. All right, Pidge. Is it all right if we ship them off to jail? Is that okay?
Yeah, I guess.
The judiciary system is here for a reason.
Yep.
We have a system in place for this. It's not our job to determine innocent versus not.
It's a lot like caves, isn't it? Maybe they'll
Goblins
be happy.
guilty. Goblins kill.
It's true. We're here to save
Do
people.
nothing, goblins.
All right, Jim Bob,
Yes.
you do me a favor here.
What?
All right, this is serious adventuring business. All right, first off, we need to get you guys out of here. We cleared the way back through this way. So if you follow that path here, you're going to get back to the surface. Can the two of you escort these two back up through that path, back up to town, and drop them off with the town guard? Tell them everything that's happened here, and get these two in a cell to await trial.
Yeah. It
All
should
right.
not be that much difficult for us.
No, we've got them all tied up here. They're very securely bound. Just march them up. Don't let them get away. Keep a firm hold.
And
Certainly.
don't drop them down the ravine.
Don't drop them down the ravine or the poop chute.
But if they happen to fall, I mean,
No.
we won't hold you responsible.
It certainly would not be that difficult if you had not said that.
I would hold you
The
responsible.
right turn is the poop chute.
Yeah,
Don't go that
I-
way. Turn left when you get to the fork.
I would hold them responsible.
After that, head back towards the guild. Tell them we're on the case with the earthquake relief.
Will do.
All right. Thank you.
I didn't want to kill him, so this works great for me.
We're not killing anybody.
Yep.
We are using the judicial process that is in place for a reason.
Yeah, it is. Cool.
See, neutral good character.
That was very neutral good. Well, that was lawful, actually. That was...
I'm very lawful good.
Yeah, I'm not lawful. Can you tell? My character is chaotic good. Sometimes she'll just recruit slave traders.
Well, they're not trading.
Just slave takers, I guess.
All right.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, I've seen Mocha sell her soul to the devil.
Trunks
Shall
tries
we
Oh, she's
to...
not good aligned.
Trunks tries to step on Jim Bob's non-peg-leg foot and misses.
Yeah, they're not nice people.
All right. Is there anything else in this room that we should be aware of? I know there's all these supply chests. Anything useful here?
Well, this isn't the storehouse, so there isn't the supply chest.
Oh, that was back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
There does appear to be 2 other routes that lead away from here than the one that you had come down. There do appear to be a couple of other small alcoves, but there is nothing that is dangling down from whatever they are, unlike the one that you found in packs.
Okay. All right. So some empty alcoves. There's 2 paths leading away. What do the paths look like?
They appear very low to the ground, made for kobolds to crawl around and make larger people end up having to put themselves at disadvantage to get through.
Of course.
I believe I do the same thing. I'm always like, let's burrow.
It's kobold tactics, yep.
Yep. Small people fighting ways.
What is the roof of these paths? What is it made of?
It appears to be made out of the same natural rock. Some of it is sandstone, some of it is limestone. It's mostly desert rock.
Crumbly or solid?
More solid, but not as hard as something like granite. It could be set up to collapse, but it is more likely to support weight because it's been supporting weight for a long time.
But
however,
not something that Move Earth would work on?
The sandstone might, but at a slow pace, just because it is compacted sand.
I think the DMs in the past have typically ruled that stones can stop me because otherwise mold earth is real broken.
Yeah.
And it's loose earth only. Yeah.
Yeah. The exposed surface where they've been digging, you could move some sand off, like if you wanted to throw sand at someone using mold earth. But the actual main structure would be too solid.
Okay. All right. So there's 2 paths. Is there any noticeable difference between them? Is one like lit up or something?
One has a small amount of light. It isn't bright like a torch or anything like that. You figure it might be outside light, a different route out of here. The other one goes deeper down.
All right. I'm thinking deeper down. What do you guys think?
I think we should go back up and follow the right tracks.
Yeah, I was thinking we got to go back and go rescue the other people. We
Because they
don't know.
split the 2.
Oh,
Wait,
I forgot about
back-
the 2 other party members.
You think the
Yeah,
other 2 party members are back up?
Cheek tattoo
There was 2
Yeah.
paths. We went down the left. Now we got to go down the right to get the other 2.
and ankle
Oh.
tattoo.
And the kobold said that they split them.
Oh, yeah. I was just assuming that would be deeper down in. But you think back up with the light is where the other 2 are?
Deeper down could also go to more kobolds.
Well, yeah, there was tracks going left, tracks going right. We went to the left.
There were tracks going to the right. Yeah. The tracks going to the right
Okay.
means that, yeah.
All right. So you guys think the path with the light is where the other 2 are?
No. Remember
No,
the storehouse?
backtrack.
How the storehouse
Yeah, I remember
went
the storehouse.
left and right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we would just go exactly the way we came.
Oh, just backtrack.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay. So you backtrack back to the storehouse.
Oh my gosh, I want to punk the other kobolds because now we know the names of their dead loved ones. So I can be like, Mata sees you taking slaves.
Okay.
If they're part of the same family.
And you manage to go back up to the split and go down the other side. It does appear to be similar sort of conditions, though not as easily able to break off. The kobolds definitely seem to have picked a spot that was much more difficult to get to.
And we make sure we go over the trap, too.
Good memory.
Well, you would have gone over it one way or the other. But yeah, you get back without tripping up the trap and come to another tunnel. It's also short. There appear to be two of them. One that's at the same level that you're at, and one that you can see is further down below, which leads down to a set of stairs, and then curves around part of the crevice.
Is the one on the left another poop chute?
No, these are exterior. You can see there's the tunnel that goes in, but you can also see further down the rock there's another one that goes in, and then outside there's a set of stairs that goes down and around. So you can see they have at least two entrances on the side that you can see.
Okay, I want to investigate, see which one was most used recently. That's going to be 24.
Okay. You can see the footprints do lead to the entrance that's higher, but looking, you can also see that they come out of the lower one and go down the steps. So they went in to make it easier to not drop their new slaves, and then went down out the other one. You don't know how long the tunnel is inside. It could be for quite some time to disorient them, but at the very least, they did eventually come back out.
How many footprints came back out?
There are 5 footprints. 2 that are boot prints, and 3 that appear to be goblin.
Aha. So they have emerged.
And 5 that went in, 5 came back out?
Yes.
Okay, so they're down the stairs.
One of the ones that came out, human one, you see 3 pair of... you see 3 pair of goblin feet, and 3 boot prints, and 1 loose foot. So one of the humans has lost a boot.
Oh.
Okay, let's go down the stairs.
Let's go.
Can we
I
stealth?
lead the way. Yes, Simonis is stealthing.
Okay.
So, are you
All
going...
right, I told you guys my plan, so the person who's stealthy can go in front and do that while I will hang back and not give you guys away.
Sure.
Her name was Mata.
Are you going in the tunnels and around down, or are you going to try and climb down the cliff face to the lower set, where the stairs are?
I was planning on using the staircase.
So the staircase is lower down. There's a gap. And then the tunnel comes
There's
out.
a gap.
And
I
there's
will,
a stair that
I
goes
will
down.
climb using this. I will climb. That's... What skill is that?
Athletics to grip or acrobatics to just jump it?
Both are +4. So I rolled a 16 plus 4 is 20.
Okay. So are you jumping it or just climbing across? It just makes a difference in description.
I'm going to say that my character would climb that.
Okay. So you just
Parkour!
quickly climb down along the rock, easily finding handholds and able to point them out as you are going down, making it safely across. Anybody else who is climbing across will have advantage for the athletics check.
Alrighty. Athletics, you said?
Yes.
15.
Okay. You manage to make it down. It takes a little longer, but you still get there.
With a -1, I would hope so.
Okay. And who is going next?
Are there kobolds in sight?
There do not appear to be any kobolds in sight.
Okay. And Mary, do you want to go first?
Sure.
They're also above me as they do this, right?
They're up and to your side.
I say,
16.
Okay.
If Pidge falls, can I just catch her?
You may attempt to do so. It would be stretching out into open air to do that.
Can I jump at him?
You may attempt to do so, yes. Amiri does get across.
Is it safer to just jump into Amonist's arms?
You are little.
I am little, and I will keep my knees and feet away from your head. Or is it safer to try to scurry down this cliff wall, bounce twice, and then have him catch me as my head swings an inch above the ground? What do you think, Amonist?
I know that you have a very low strength modifier.
Yep.
Is your dex modifier higher?
+1, which is higher.
So maybe then you could use like an acrobatics check to jump off the ledge towards me, which would give you a higher modifier.
So she has advantage from the athletics, or she has the +1 for the acrobatics.
Advantage is probably better.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Advantage as I try to climb down the rock face. Rolled a 17 the first time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. And a 2 the second time, which is what very likely would have.
You would have died.
So, you do make it across. You do have to kind of stretch a little further just because you're a smaller size, but you make it across without any difficulty, not taking much longer.
Sweet.
And you can see there's the tunnel that leads inward. You can see, looking in there, further down the tunnel, there is the boot that is left behind. And then leading off to the right of the tunnel, the stairs do go down further around the cliff facing and round.
I pick up the boot.
So you're going into the tunnel to go and get it?
No. If we're passing the boot and we're going to leave it like litter on the ground, I would pick it up.
Yeah, it is further in the tunnel, which you guys chose to go around.
Oh, okay. I ignore the boot.
He can pick it up on the way out.
Yeah, we can get the boot later.
All right. Further down, the stairs lead, just the way that it is carved in this manner, it appears to be hiding in the shadows so that it isn't very obvious to people higher up. You are going down lower than any of the structures of the city itself carved into the rock. And down in the shadow, eventually, you see bits that are carved out, different style, but carved directly into the facing of the cliff. And at present, you can kind of smell a bit of waste and look on the side of the cliff and see where they've just tossed things over the edge.
Kobolds are terrible.
You wanted to save them.
But yeah.
No, you wanted to put them in work.
I was trying to give them a safe place. Yeah, no, they're terrible. Maybe we shouldn't put them in food for sure.
Okay. As you are walking, you see this. A goblin walks out carrying
goblin?
just a bin. Yes, this is what you've been following the tracks for.
A goblin?
Yes, I've mentioned this a couple of times.
Not a kobold?
Not a kobold.
Kobolds
There
were
was
to the
there were the
left,
kobolds
goblins to the
on
right.
one side
Oh.
and goblins on the other.
Oh
Yep.
no.
He's just carrying what appears to be just a small metal bin that's a bit dinged and such. He just flips it upside down over the edge and it just falling down the edge of the cliff facing, away from the structure. And then just turns around and starts heading back inside.
Catapult a dart into him.
Okay,
Crud Jr.
go ahead and roll to attack.
Hopefully, I'm hoping it puts him to sleep. 24 to hit.
That definitely hits.
And we made contact with the alien tribe.
Let's see.
We come in peace, we said to their corpse.
Like I said, I'm hoping he puts him to sleep. So that's going to be 18 damage.
Okay. Are you intending to graze him or to just take him down?
Take him down.
Okay. Your dart gets launched and goes right into an eye,
Oh, jeez.
and he spirals and goes over the edge.
Oh, man.
Well, that was dramatic.
We still don't know what the dart does. Dang it.
Yeah, he doesn't have very much health, so...
Oh my gosh. There goes all the information.
I look down. Sorry.
You just killed someone.
There is just a sound of gibbering coming from inside the structure, and 2 goblins rush outside, looking around.
I wonder why. But why?
Town nesting green ones! Get them! Roll for initiative.
Yeah.
11.
Also 11.
4.
Non-natural 20.
Crud, what is your dex modifier? Okay. So I will go before you.
As you are preparing what to do, the goblin fires a arrow at you. You got a nat 20.
Oh, I'm going to die is what I'm going to do.
That is a 10 to hit.
Oh, it misses.
The arrow just smack right into the rock facing next to you.
I
And
flinch.
then he pops into the building structure next to him, and seems to vanish. It is Pidge's turn now.
I have a cantrip named Gust. I seize the air and compel it to push one medium or smaller creature 5 feet away from me, and I'll move so that is into the ravine.
Certainly forgiving a kobold. It's not a goblin's AC. Okay.
No witnesses, no murder.
Yeah.
So I am going to make a dex save because the rock facing does continue a bit, but that does put him right up at the edge.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. You must succeed on a strength saving throw. I should read that part.
Okay. So yeah, the strength save,
Yeah.
he's not going
And
to get with a 2.
I have a 15. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I was like, I'm going to just have him do a dex, because it's like he's just barely on the edge of the
Oh.
cliff,
Teetering.
so that might knock him over, even though he could maybe just be standing on the edge. Oh no, he's going over the edge.
I've joined in the killing spree.
So right now there is no goblin in sight, as it is whatever else you are able to do on your turn before we go to the
I want
next.
to look closely to see if there are 3 little goblin fingers on the ledge.
Okay.
Are there? Because that's important
There
information.
do not appear to be.
Okay.
If there are, he may have fallen like way lower down. But are you going all the way to the cliff or just from where
No.
you're at looking?
No,
Okay.
I
So he's-
prefer it to be the cat, right? What's the dude's cat? Is
Schrodinger.
it alive or dead? It's a
Yeah.
Schrodinger's goblin.
Yeah. Or Pidge's goblin in this case. Yeah.
It's not
he's,
dead until you observe that it's dead.
yeah. He's at least not holding on to this cliff if he did catch anything. So. All right. And then amongst.
All right. Are there... Sorry, I was rolling my sword strokes. Are there still any goblins that I can see?
One went back inside the building and then seemed to disappear.
All right. And the other one went over the cliff.
Right.
I'm going to chase after the one that went inside the building.
Okay.
All right. So I go inside the building. Do I see it?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception, which is +3. 18.
You just see it.
I just see it. It's right there.
You
I
just
can
see
attack
it as it's basically trying to hide in an alcove with a weapon ready. You just catch the sight of it and are able to attack it before it is able to react.
All right then. I am attacking. I am going to draw my scimitars and launch my attacks. I get 4 of them. So I have them all ready here. My rolls to hit are in order: 11, 25, 15, and 15.
Okay. The 15s will hit.
I'm assuming the 25 will as well,
25
not
will
the
as well.
11.
Not the 11.
All right. Then my first one clangs against the stone of the alcove and misses, but the second, third, and fourth sword slashes crisscross across the thing's face and deal 7, 9, and 9 magical slashing damage.
Okay.
Whoa.
The
25.
first one tears into his face and looks like he's collapsing, and the rest just rip him to shreds, bleeding out on the floor.
So we questioned these goblins very thoroughly, you guys. I think Ameri can spare the dying, and maybe his face can still form words.
He did more than twice his HP.
Oh no! Okay.
Oh, did I mention non-lethal damage? Yeah.
You didn't.
Non-lethal damage?
Nope. Little late.
Really? One turn? That's all it took?
All right.
Okay.
It's so unfortunate that all three of these goblins tripped and fell into that ravine.
I guess I'll waste a spell slot and revivify the
You can't.
slashed one.
You can't because they're more than twice the HP. They're dead.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Oops.
Is
Yep.
that how that works?
Yep,
don't know.
unfortunately, it is,
Sorry, I didn't know
Destroyed.
they were so squishy.
yeah, only 7 HP.
7 HP, jeez.
Crud Jr. picks up the body and throws it off the ravine.
Are there any more? Jeez.
Yeah, goblins usually fight in a pack, and you guys separated them very quickly from their lives.
Okay.
As Crud Jr. throws the body into the ravine, I open up my food flask and I pour some oil on the edge. It's real slippery here. They all went down.
Okay, make a deception check just to see how well you try to cover up your homicide.
Ooh,
Is it homicide when they're goblins?
16 minus 1?
Okay. You manage to, before the goblin gets tossed over the edge, just run its foot along the oil to make it look like one of them at least slipped.
Excellent.
The slashed one?
Yeah.
Who knows what kind of damage it's going to take when it hits the ground, so it might not look slashed anymore.
Could hit a bunch of rocks.
The one I got, fell and impaled himself on a dart.
Yeah. This is where they throw their used darts, too. Of course.
Or it could be a kobold attack them. You know.
Yeah, it was the kobold's fault.
Okay, guys.
Can I write, this is for Mata? in the oil?
Do you know Draconic?
I thought the kobolds were speaking
They were
common.
speaking common, but a kobold will typically speak Draconic unless they are speaking to someone else.
Oh, I don't. So
Okay.
I probably staged that pretty badly.
So you can
Guys.
write it. It's just somebody
Maybe I
might think
don't.
it's a bit odd.
Maybe I don't write
Is
that.
anyone going to get in trouble for killing goblins?
I mean, you're an elf. You could say, is anyone going to get
Or
in trouble
kobolds.
for killing elves? I'm a gnome. Is anyone going to get in trouble for killing gnomes?
I think it's different. I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought that kobolds were not like the races that we see in cities.
Not usually. They're lawful evil.
Lawful evil. Oh,
They are fine sticking to an agreement, but they are more likely to act selfishly.
let's just say there is no evidence that we killed them.
I think of them more like killing demons, killing darkspawn, killing, creatures of the evil and darkness.
They are
You
evil
know,
and darkness.
You're more likely to get medals and rewards for killing them, kind of thing.
All right. Well, they're dead, so that's good.
You kill them and like a magical light goes off that goes da 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 da. Right?
I mean, they're dead, man. I'm gonna
Okay,
rationalize
yeah.
it
So
just like that.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
right,
go
let's-
rescue the other two humans.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay. So you enter the abode.
Yes.
Is this the goblin part or the kobold part?
Goblin.
I think it's the goblin part. All right. So let's investigate this house.
Okay. It does not appear to have any door, just a flap of fabric that's easily moved out of the way and able to go in. There does appear to be a door further in, just made out of stone, but it moves easily aside. It's not even locked. Further in, you see a small light that is flickering. Two humans, a male and a female, who are wrists tied, holding little teacups and sipping from it, and they turn and... Dermot, you already back from... Oh, you're not Dermot? Or the other goblins?
Found him.
We've saved you.
You look remarkably happy sipping your tea. What's going on here?
Well, the goblins took us because they need help fighting against the kobolds who killed some of them, and wouldn't take us not helping them investigate beforehand. They were going to help us with the storehouse after we dealt with the kobolds.
They were going to help you with the storehouse?
Going in and removing the kobold traps.
We did that too. We're everything you need and more. Don't ask questions.
Oh,
Are you from Fire Breathing Kittens Guild?
yep. One of them just turns his head. You can see the tattoo on the cheek. The other one just lifts a leg, shows it on the ankle.
Gotcha.
Do you two want to name these ones?
Yeah, do we know them?
One's male, one's female.
Ah.
The
So
The
male-
male has it on the cheek. The female has it on the ankle.
The male is George.
Okay.
the female is Cerelia.
Okay. Okay, so if we are freed, I take it you dealt with the kobolds too? Are
Yes.
Jimbob and Taylor safe? Or are they eaten or
They're
something?
already back in town.
Okay, good.
And Monist reaches out to with his scimitar to cut their bonds. Wait, insight check. Do we believe them? Are they because that's weird that they were just sipping tea. Insight check on these guys. Are they legit?
Yeah, I'm suspicious.
Okay.
I rolled an 18.
19 plus 4 is 23. Why were they drinking tea with goblins that kept them captive? They're all tied up. Why are they...
Sorry?
23.
So they don't appear to believe that they are lying. They think that the goblins believed that the kobolds were killing them. They were tied up boundly, so it wasn't just a fake thing. The ropes do cut, but it does seem like they couldn't have broken out of their restraints. From what they said, they wanted help with dealing with the kobolds and wouldn't take no for an answer, but said that they'd help the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild afterward if they helped them deal with the kobolds. Seems they more likely were talking and not just going out and go fighting, trying to get some information before you lot came in and dealt with the
They
situation
slipped
on both sides.
oil.
Okay.
All right, let's get him out of here.
All right. Well,
Job's done.
I suspect
Let's get
there's
him
still
out.
more to do down here. So should we still explore further, or should we and send them back up the way we came?
Can we all agree non-lethal damage from here on out?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting to kill that goblin so fast.
I feel kind of bad.
I use magic. I can't call non-lethal.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
You
Official
could have
house
called that you were
rules.
grazing shot or something to that effect. But yeah.
Yeah, just, you know,
Yeah, even if you're throwing a fireball, you can aim it at their leg.
yeah, burn their leg. All right. House rule. So, you guys, are you injured at all? George and Cerelia?
Just a dart in the side.
Oh, that could be quite serious. How do you feel?
Well, I passed out when I got hit, but aside from that, I'm fine. Lost a boot.
It's
Oh,
up the path.
Back there.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thought
the
maybe
boot
they would
being-
have tried to cook it or something. I was worried about what was in our tea. But it's actually quite tasty. Some sort of fungus, I guess.
Okay. So the boot made me think that you were like kicking and screaming as they dragged you away and you didn't have time to go back for your boot because it was duress. Guilt. What would you like to do now, Cerelia and George?
Well, say that you dealt with the kobolds already. I suppose then we just need to get the storehouse on barricade again so that food can go up. And-
That's already happening.
Oh. So we came here and got captured for not much. Good to know.
Everyone's level 1 at the beginning.
Yes, they said something about something tiered, pyramid-like structure to how the guild was organized. I didn't really quite understand it before.
You will as time goes on.
Oh, well.
If you don't die.
Yes, right, if we don't die. Well, so, what did the kobolds say? Did Jimbob and Taylor say anything about that? Give any...
About not dying?
Well, what? We still don't even know why they were fighting each other.
They're at. It's a territory war.
Yeah, it seems
The
like
goblin- The goblins say that they were fine for about a decade or so, and then suddenly the kobolds started trying to kill them.
Oh,
well,
the-
the kobolds seem to think that the goblins killed a bunch of them.
Mata and Guy. They said the goblins killed Mata and Guy.
The goblins said that they didn't suffer any losses, but that the kobolds tried to kill them.
Did the goblins say that they had slaughtered Mata and Guy? Those terrible goblins.
No, they said that when the earthquake happened, they were trying to tunnel their way out, and they came across one of the kobolds and tried to bop him on the head, and they both ran back to their respective tunnels.
We're being lied to by someone.
Or something else is down here killing kobolds or goblins.
Not sure why they'd bother.
Well, there are other goblins that live in here, and other kobolds. It's just these are the two closest to each other, from what they said.
Oh.
It could be just
I think there's something else
other
down here.
groups, or like you said, it could be something else. They said they haven't heard anything from any of the other goblins since the earthquake. They weren't sure if they just died when that happened.
So some options. It could be that a deep underground creature has awakened and has been feeding upon kobolds and goblins to sate its bloodthirst and will reach the surface and eat the town. Or it could be that lawful evil people, do they lie a lot? It's chaotic evil, right? What are goblins?
Goblins are neutral evil. So they don't really care about that so much as just taking care of themselves.
So the goblins lied to you, and everything they said was part of their terrible plan to get you to work on their side because they had kidnapped you and wanted you to do what they wanted. I don't know. Anyone else have any theories?
I think it's really that first one.
The ancient evil has awakened. Cthulhu returns.
I think it's just a turf war, and they each took prisoners.
Option 2. And Mary.
I really don't know yet.
Mm.
Sounds like it could be a couple different things equally.
Well, I say as I sort through their tea, seeing if there's anything delicious here. Amonis, do you want to loot the house with me?
Yes.
He's always up for good loot.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm investigating the house. I got a 26.
Oh, I did not roll that high. I got a 16.
So, speaking of loots, you do find a very worn, broken paneling loot. Looks very common. Probably accidentally fell down into the crevice at some point, and one of the goblins just picked it up and kept it. It does look like it is massively out of tune.
Is it magical?
It does not appear to be magical. It seems
It's just a loot.
just pretty normal. Churches. They were trying to play that as part of their convincing us. It more or less wanted us to enjoy it, but it's bloody awful. Maybe it can be fixed. I don't know. There is a rattling sound as you are picking it up.
Ooh, who's actually...
Smash it open.
You don't have to. You can just upend it.
Yeah, there's a hole in it. And Monas turns it over and tries to shake out something that's inside of it.
Okay. There is a ping of metal on rock as something torus-shaped falls out.
Tortoise-shaped?
Torus. A ring.
A ring. And Monas picks it up.
Okay.
What is it?
It appears to be a silver ring that has a clear-cut gem cut in the shape of a brain.
Ooh,
In the shape of a brain.
I like brain.
Hand it here. Let me see what I
Yep,
can
and Monas passes
see
to the
what
smart people. Something tells me this is not for the strength character.
That is going to be a 28
Okay.
in Arcana.
You can see small little glyphs underneath the held gemstone when you look through the crystal. It appears like it may help with recovering magic after it's been expended. This is a ring of mind broadening. When you are searching your memory and resting, you may gain back 1 extra level's worth of spells when you use your arcane recovery class feature as a wizard. It requires attunement by a wizard to use it.
Ooh.
Oh. Well, then I guess I'm the only wizard.
You're not the only wizard, but you can
Oh, are
have
you
it.
a wizard?
Yeah. I'm a
If
transmutation
you're a
wizard.
wizard,
But you can have it.
you want it?
Nah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You can have it.
No. I actually don't use very many attack spells because I I can only take transmutation
Oh.
spells. So I tend to just like blink through stuff and call it a day.
Okay. Well, then I will take the ring, and I'll give you the rocks that you wanted.
The rocks.
The
2 pounds of
amethyst.
amethyst.
Yeah.
Oh, will accept. Thank you.
What was that ring again?
A ring of mind broadening.
Yeah, you'll probably be able to use that on like attack spells and stuff. That's much better for the party.
Can't use it today, but
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking over where amongst killed the goblin, there is the sword that they had, which they dropped.
Oh.
There are markings on it.
Shall I take a look at this one?
Yes.
That is going to be... Oh. Okay, good. That's not what I thought it was. That's going to be a 17.
Okay. This appears to be an extending longsword. Once per short rest, this weapon's range increases by 5 feet for 1 round. It's a magic weapon, uncommon.
Okay.
I show him how to use it and hand it to him.
Thanks. Extending longsword. All right.
Mary, do you want some mushroom tea?
Sure.
Maybe you can put it in soup.
Save it for Moxie.
Yeah. It's a cooler, unusual thing, too.
Okay.
Could sell it to Azreen too.
So, looking around the kitchen, you can see the actual tea that's been steeped. There are 10 cupped steep mushroom tea amount in a kettle. There is also written in Goblin something next to it. It is like handwritten, looking like they wrote down the recipe for it.
Definitely taking the recipe.
Alrighty, guys. So, we have some rescued level 1 adventurers. We have some missing goblins and some kobolds on their way to jail. We have more tunnels, a possible monster of the abyss. What do you guys want to do?
Now, I don't think
Should we
there's a
cut?
monster. You want to cut? What do you want to cut?
For the break in the middle.
We try to leave on a cliffhanger.
Sorry, I figured that would be the natural point.
Yeah.
I say job's done. Let's head out.
Back home we go.
You think?
We did the job.
We did. We emptied these caves of all of their evil dwellers.
We rescued our party members. I suspect that whatever was causing the problem has still not been found, though. Right? Mm-hmm. Something is causing trouble between the kobolds and goblins. There's plenty of more kobolds and goblins down here that are still going to be causing issues, that are going to be terrorizing this town if we don't find what is causing the problem between the two. Like I said, I think something related to this earthquake has shifted and caused some kind of an issue. I don't know what it is yet, but I think it was related to the cave that went down from the kobold layer that we didn't explore before.
Maybe like a giant
I think if
purple
we had gone
worm.
down there, we would have found something.
I agree. I will join you if you would like to quest deeper into the abyss.
I think there's something down there that we have to find. We have to put an end to whatever it is.
Yeah. Okay, you in front, you're stealthy, and I'll be behind you so they're less likely to hear my fat little footsteps as I pat, pat, pat on each stair.
Yeah, your 40-pound footsteps.
Flat-footed entirely, each one makes like the sound of a flip-flop. Flip-flop.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are heading back to the previous cave?
Our curiosity. We must know.
We must stop this feud from spilling out over into this town. It's gonna keep happening.
That's true.
Okay. You guys with me?
Or we could just seal up the tunnels, seal them all in.
They're burrowing creatures.
Yeah, they have digging equipment.
Yeah, I feel like we can't seal them. Nothing we do is gonna hold them.
We must broker a peace between these warring peoples. Romeo, Juliet.
Or kill them all.
Yeah. Into the ravine they go.
All right. We'll spill lots of oil. All right, let's go. And Monas marches off, patting silently with his cloak of elvenkind.
You're coming to Mary?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, back to the cave, right? I assume we know the way well now that we've already explored it. Back to the cave.
Did that dude, George, pick up his boot?
If you're letting them go back, then they'll just retrace their original steps.
There's your boot.
Okay. So while they go into the tunnel to get the boot and come up, you guys climb back up the original route, make it quickly and safely across, and back down over the other side to the kobold lair. Looking at the tunnel that leads downward into the darkness, there's a skittering sound and a low rumble.
Ooh, a low rumble like an earthquake demon creature.
Uh-huh.
I stop moving when I hear skittering. That's creepy.
Okay. As you stop at the entrance, a centipede starts wriggling up along the length of stone and suddenly seems to blend in to the path. Then you realize
Centipede?
it's not blending in so much as it's not moving now, and the skittering gets a little louder. Go ahead and make a perception check.
17.
15.
17.
Ooh, 5.
Okay. Amongst you are busy looking around, trying to find the source of the growling sound, not somehow picking up that it's down the tunnel. Just need to pop the ears. And the rest of you can clearly hear it's coming from down there. And also see the centipede has turned to stone. Just before the skittering sound gets louder, and there is a flicker of blue in the tunnel and rattling of chains.
Ooh.
Heavy
Bob Marley?
breathing and grunting sound bellowing. A low rumble as something starts speeding up and charging towards you all. We want to do a cliffhanger at this point and then come back to the start.
Yeah.
That sounds like a cliffhanger.
Ooh.
All right, so we'll go ahead and stop. All right, thanks everybody for joining us along, and we'll see what our party members, what kind of trouble they'll get into when they come back. Don't worry, the courts will. And stopped again.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, this is Emona signing out.
I made Pidge bloodthirsty.
Pidge did not kill anyone. Bye. We hope that you're enjoying this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. Please leave us a review on iTunes.com. You can subscribe to receive new episodes through your podcast player or by visiting firebreathingkittenspodcast.com. Can you think of someone who might enjoy this podcast? Please share it with them. We don't pay to advertise this show, so the only way we can grow is through the support of listeners like you. Thank you.
All right. Where last we left off, something was coming up the tunnel. Everybody roll initiative.
13.
12.
21.
15.
Okay. And that will be Crud Jr. first, as this reptilian creature with 8 legs and a bunch of spines along its back, glowing eyes, open maw, jaw, starts moving up the tunnel. Its head kind of turned, not looking at any of you yet. You can see hooks with chains leading off the edge that are trailing off into the darkness. Something has shoved these hooks in there and is keeping hold on it.
Like Moby Dick.
So, Pidge, what do you think? Attack?
Let's not kill
Or do
ever
you
again.
want to talk to this one?
Non-lethally.
Okay, I'm going to cast Dragon Breath. And
Okay.
I'm going to use... I get to choose type of damage, so I'm going to go ahead and choose... Oh, this probably does not like light, so I'm going to use fire. And it needs to make a dexterity saving throw. And I should mark that spell slot off.
Okay, that is a 6.
That is going to be a failure. So, let me do damages. It is 32 damage.
Okay. It gives a loud bellow and definitely did not like that.
And then I'm going to step behind Other Dad.
Isn't Dragon's
Thanks.
Breath 3d6? How did you do 36?
Mine's 5d10.
Whoa.
Okay.
How is your Dragon's Breath 5d10?
Because that's what it says.
All right. Amiri?
Alright, Amiri's gonna shoot off her Eldritch Blast. That is 2 beams of energy. The first one is 17,
Okay, that hits.
and the second was a crit 20.
Definitely hits.
And the first one hit for 10, the second a total of 20, so 30.
Okay. So, this thing is falling on the ground. There's a loud thud. Its eyes still open for a second. Amongst, since your turn is starting as it is falling unconscious, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh. All right. So I've rolled.
Because it had looked at your direction when Cred Jr. went behind you.
13 plus 5 is 8. I'm
Okay.
sorry, 18.
Okay. You start to feel your stone start to turn, your skin start to turn to stone, and you just shake it off, and flakes of stone just come off of you as the basilisk falls to the ground.
It's unconscious now?
It appears to be unconscious. It is, however, sliding backwards, and you can hear the rattling of chain.
Hey, bitch, here's your monster you were
Can I
talking
grab
about.
it?
Okay. If you want to try and grab hold of it, you may attempt to do so.
All right. What, do I just reach out and grab it? Or is there a
Go
roll
ahead and
for
make
this?
an attack just to see if you can hit at it.
All right. Oh, I already rolled my attacks, and my first hit was a 23 to hit.
Okay, so you grab hold of it. What are you grabbing as you are just gripping it?
If it's a basilisk, the end of its tail, I suppose.
Well, the tail is behind, so the head is facing towards you. If you want to run over and do that, you can. It's just you've got all the spines and such on its back and on its tail that might be bumping into you as it is being dragged away.
Lizards'
Okay.
tails also often detach.
I'll grab hold. I'll use the tip of my sword to poke through the end of one of its chains to stop it from sliding down the path here, so that I'm not
Okay.
actually touching it at all.
All right, go ahead and make a strength check to see if you can keep it as something else is pulling it.
Tug of war. Tug of war.
That
Over
is
a big iguana.
a 13.
Okay.
Basilisk is a snake.
Oh,
No, it's a eight-legged reptile. So it is still being dragged, though you are slowing it down.
All right, so something else is pulling on it. This is not the main enemy.
Something else is pulling the basilisk's unconscious form across the ground back into the tunnel.
spooky.
I'm going to grab a hold of it, too, and try to
All right, guys.
help pull.
Should we go ahead and kill this so that it can't be used against us by whatever is pulling it?
I could pop it in a bottle. Gaseous form.
That's one thing to do to it. Does it have to be willing?
It's unconscious. It can't resist. Right? Is that how unconscious works? I don't know.
I don't.
It is. Unless a spell says otherwise, then it is.
I don't. That makes me uncomfortable. That's how consent works. But okay.
Unfortunately, D&D deals with consent in a very strange way.
Oh, yeah. I sound really evil this episode. I'm trying to save it from the thing dragging it into the tunnel.
I mean, I was gonna
promise I'm
slit its
not
throat
evil.
while I have it by the chain. So
What?
I was gonna slit its throat while I'm holding it by its chain. So
Why? It's unconscious. Why would you do that?
it's a basilisk. How many video games did you play?
So you want to murder everything. Okay.
Have you never seen Harry Potter?
If they're creatures of the dark, jeez.
I think it's peer pressure that's making Pidge evil.
It's going to try to turn you to stone if it wakes up.
That's true.
Yes, if we are up against humans and elves and, creatures of the light, then that's one, or anything that can talk to us in a coherent fashion.
Fair.
Then that's one thing. If
Yeah.
we're up against creatures that are known to be darkspawn, then
Did it try to talk?
no.
No, it was grunting and growling.
Okay. All right. Animal. Food. Got it.
Yeah, we'll make basilisk burgers afterwards.
Excellent.
Interesting culinary decisions.
I still feel bad about those goblins.
Yeah, those were a borderline because they were not the most intelligent creatures, but they were kind of talking. I don't know.
They were negotiating successfully, better than Pidge can. So I feel bad. Okay, so what I will do to avenge the people I murdered is to bring peace to the goblin realm and stop them from, because they were getting eaten left and right? So if I save all of them, maybe that'll pay back my horrible evil deed.
That's what
Sure,
they said, at
turn this
least.
thing into gas.
Well, this is an animal. We've made that line.
Okay, so I can kill this?
Would you kill and eat a cow?
I frequently do.
Then yes. All right.
Okay, so while this thing is being dragged, I take my other scimitar while it's unconscious and drag it across its throat and kill it.
Okay. So the throat spills out bluish blood on the ground. There's a little piddling sound.
Can I collect it?
You have a vial or some other
I
glass
do.
component?
I put Dolly Parton in it.
She always has a
All
vial
right.
to collect weird
All
stuff.
right, you collect.
Go ahead and
vial
make a
basilisk.
nature check to see how much you can gather.
Sweet. I'm not good at nature, but let's try this. Oh, 21.
Okay. How many vials or other containers do you have?
Like a 500 milliliter flask is what I wrote down on my character sheet.
Okay. You're able to fully fill it.
Sweet. Of
Are
basilisk
any other
blood.
portions of this basilisk useful?
Probably the eyeballs,
Um,
right?
Yes, the eyeballs would definitely be useful for experiments, since basilisk gaze is what was starting to turn you to stone.
Pop the eyes.
There's also a lot of sharp spines and teeth that could be either used for improvised weapons or jewelry for people who like it. Somebody might want basilisk hide just for the fact that it's difficult to obtain. And somebody mentioned burgers. Maybe you could eat it. If anybody's eaten croc, it is a little bit more spicy.
Ooh, but not if this thing dragging it eats it first.
Possibly.
Well, let's pop the eyes and go see
All right.
where
Is
it's
it still
dragging
being dragged now that it's dead?
Card can pop.
We'll get to that in just 1 second. I want a perception check from everybody.
Uh-oh. Haha, 3.
17.
21.
7.
Okay. So Munst and Pidge do not hear it. Cud Jr. and Amiri do. There is a sound coming from something deeper inside the tunnel.
It's coming.
And
It's a frog.
there is
don't hear
a
it.
skittering sound from the ceiling.
Ah! From the ceiling.
I look up.
I don't hear it.
Before Pidge would make their turn, I want you to make a strength saving throw.
Who?
Pidge.
Oh, that's not good. Nat 1. I feel
Okay.
like I've rolled 3 of those this session.
So
I know I've
a
done one.
filament has, as you are getting up from gathering the blood, has been fired out.
Was I able
And
to put
is-
a cork into the top of the 500 milliliter flask?
You are. Before you get up,
thank
I would
goodness.
imagine you had have done that. You are stuck in some thin, difficult to see filament,
This has
and
happened
you are
to me
slowly
before.
being dragged into the tunnel.
Spiders.
Can I grab her?
Oh, don't bother. After this happened to me the last time, I learned a trick.
Okay.
Okay.
So the creature's turn. It would be Pidge's turn.
Blink. So I'm going to flip to that. In my spell book, which I see now why wizards have spell books, it literally takes an entire book to write down all of our spells. So I roll a d20 at the end of each of my turns for the duration of the spell. On a roll of 11 or higher, I vanish from the current plane of existence. That's a 6. I go blink and nothing happens. And I look around me like, oh, this again. That was my
Okay.
turn.
Alright, you are being dragged in the tunnel, and then it is one of the other creatures' turns. And amongst...
Can I see any of the creatures yet?
Not yet, with the curving of the tunnel itself.
How far away am I from Pidge?
Right now, Pidge has just been dragged 5 feet into the tunnel past you.
And can I see the filament that is dragging her?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
12.
Okay. You just barely catch a glint of it.
I catch a glint of it. So I run up to Pidge, and with my magical +1 scimitar, I grab her hand. Yes?
So it's not your turn right now?
Sorry, I thought it was.
No, I was just letting you know that she is being dragged past you. You can make a reaction, however, if you wanted to try that.
Yes, reaction.
Okay. So you're going to use your attack of opportunity on the filament?
Yes, I'm going to use attack of opportunity on the filament that is dragging her by and try to separate her from it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay. To hit is 13.
Okay. Your sword gets stuck to the filament.
Really? Okay. So
It's
now I'm
quite
being
sticky,
dragged
I
along with
say.
her?
Smiling from inside.
If you don't
Rakuten.
let go of the sword, then yes.
I am definitely
you'll be-
not letting go of that sword.
All right, then. You are also being dragged closer. And that is a dirty 20 to hit you amongst.
What's a dirty 20?
A thrown spear.
Oh. All right. Yeah, it hit me.
Okay. That is 7 piercing.
Oh,
Okay.
if only you had it equipped.
I know.
All right. And then that is... There is a loud roaring sound coming deeper and deeper past where the warbling sound came from. And we are back to the top of the initiative with Crud Jr.
Oh, that's right. I did. Okay, did I see where the spear came from?
Deeper down the tunnel.
But I can't see what through it.
Not from the distance that it's at. The tunnel kind of curves a little bit, so the roofing of it just makes it difficult.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast invisibility and head down the tunnel.
Okay. And you're just going to go past the two of them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to go...
Okay.
I'm going to go my 30 feet if I don't see any... Well, I can't. I already did my action, so never mind. Yeah, I'm going to go my 30 feet. And see if I see anybody or anything.
All right. I'm going to say just a general dexterity check to get around the basilisk and the two of them without bumping into that filament.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, you get around them and you kind of hug the wall to keep away from the two of them.
Can you burn this filament?
Good question.
You can certainly try. So,
You going to play with
is
fire
there
now?
anything else that you are doing, Crud?
No, I don't think there is anything I can do.
Okay. Then it would be Amiri's turn.
How close am I to the filament that has Pidge?
I would say
I'm
about
fine. Don't worry about me.
10, 12 feet.
I'm not anymore.
Alright. I'll do a Sacred Flame on that filament.
Okay.
It needs to make a dex saving throw.
Can a filament make a dex saving throw?
I think it just automatically burns, because it isn't a spell that has a hit to attack.
Alright, and then it's, so it takes 1d8 radiant damage.
Okay.
Plus, because it's radiant damage, my Radiant Soul adds Charisma mod to damage, which is +6.
Okay.
So 1d8
So-
plus 6.
Even without rolling it, that is enough to burn and sever the line.
And I will use my Radiant Healing to give Ominous 4 HP back.
Thank you. All right, so I am free and healed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And if you're not doing anything else, then it was almost turn.
All right. Can I see any of the enemies yet?
Now that you have been dragged a little further, you and now that Pidge and Cred Jr. are also moved closer, you can see a webbed foot further down the tunnel.
A webbed foot.
Like a toad or a frog.
It appears to have claws on the tips, 4 toes, webbing between them, kind of a pink, light purple color and milky white.
Like
Does it look wet?
toad with fungus.
It does look a little wet.
Like amphibious. All right. So I'm going to have to be careful not to touch it. There might be poisonous. So I am going to approach it. It's within 30 feet, correct?
Right now, it is 60 feet.
It is 60 feet.
Yes, it's further down the tunnel. That's why it threw the spear.
Well, then I guess at this point I'm going to attack with my bow.
Okay.
And that I have to look up here. Longbow, 1d8 plus 4. So that is a 19 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And that is 12 damage.
All right. The foot pulls back, and the arrow bolt sticks into the ground, and you can see there is just this purplish black bloody ichor that comes out as it pulls back in serious pain, leaving a bleeding trail as you hear it try to run away. All right. If there's not anything else you're doing, then it is just running away on its turn.
I'm gonna also use my movement to go 30 feet closer.
Okay. And it is using its movement to move away. And then, since you have gone off, that is a 12 and a 21 to hit Pidge.
Oof. Both of those hit.
Okay.
Don't feel bad. They'd hit me too.
Yeah.
That is a 5 and an 11 slashing damage as a cave fissure bends down off of the ceiling and slashes at you with 2 claws.
Ouch. I'm half dead.
Okay, there are things on the ceiling. Can we see all the things on the ceiling?
There just appears to be the one which was hidden in shadow, which is how I was able to get Pidge in the first place. The rest of the ceiling does not appear to be as hidden as that is.
Okay.
Seems whatever was warbling probably sent the basilisk and cave fisher at the same time.
Oof.
Alright. And that is Pidge's turn.
Well, wait. I got hit with stuff, right? So that was its turn?
That was its turn. That was all that it was doing.
Okay. But that wasn't my turn, right?
No, that's what I was saying. It's your turn.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I heard that was Pidge's turn.
Like,
that was
no.
its turn. Pidge's turn.
Okay. So trying not to panic because my blink did not work, I'm going to seeing that my friend has a way cooler I looked up your spell. It is evocation because of course it is, and I can only cast transmutation. So my mouth doesn't turn into a full-blown dragon's mouth. Instead, I just get a cute little kitten's mouth, and I pop a hot pepper into it and meow, and then go and do fire breath all over everything, and hopefully, I mean it's not as strong as his, but hopefully I'll still do some damage. So Dragon's Breath does Dex save, 3d6 or half. So please let me know if you Dex saved.
That is a 4.
No, you didn't. So you take 12 damage. And I can continue to breathe fire as I blink out of existence. Let's hope. Another 6. Nope, I'm still here. But I'm breathing
Wait, why
fire.
would you want to blink?
I blink back in at the start of my turn.
Oh, okay.
It halves
All right.
the number of rounds that I'm present to be attacked because I am quite squishy.
Okay.
When it works, which it's not working.
All right. And then there is a warbling sound from further down the tunnel, which is a lot louder than it was previously. I want a counter to a intimidation check, a charisma save from amongst.
Charisma save.
Oh, you're not a sorcerer anymore.
Nope. I got a 5.
Oh, you're a fighter now.
That's just enough, because that's what it rolled.
Oh, okay.
As it made its voice boom loudly to try and intimidate you, and you stand your ground.
Yeah.
All right. That is its turn. Basilisk is on the ground. There is a rumbling sound, and something plodding closer. The light up ahead, which very, very dim holes that of light that let you see that foot, is brightened, and there's a flickering to it, and there's a warbling sound before, and something has just impacted with rock, and there is a squishy sound.
Ooh, they're fighting one another.
Or they're multiplying.
Oh, yeah. Or who knows what's going on.
All right. We can't see any enemies right now, correct? They're all up ahead.
They are all up ahead except for the cave fisher.
The cave fisher I can see.
The one on the ceiling.
Which may kill me next turn because I'm at half health after one round.
Well, I plan on...
Can we knock it off of the ceiling? Do we have anything for that? Because I can do a lot more damage if I can get it down here.
I will do my best.
Okay.
Are you going to make
If
it
you
despair?
hadn't run as far, you did have the elongating sword, but unfortunately you ran off.
And I showed you how to use it.
That is true. I do a lot less damage with the elongating sword, too, though. Because it is not... Well, longsword... Can I use a longsword one-handed? Kind of. I only have one, though. I'm a two-handed swordsman. Maybe. I don't know. I could try.
Is this like Zoro in One Piece, where if you don't have your third sword, you're just like 1/10 the strength?
All right. Well, it is amongst... wait, no. Just have
All
page.
right.
Okay, yeah. It is Cred Jr.'s turn.
So I'm gonna...
Was Zemonis going to do anything? Or
Am I going to do anything?
yeah, wasn't it your
Wait.
turn? Or
No.
No, sorry. Yeah, it's Amon's turn. I just got confused for a second.
Oh, he goes last?
No, it was just
He
that
was
we were
considering
talking about...
using his longsword or
Okay,
not,
so-
and then we just kind of
So
moved
I
on.
can use... Oh, wait, no. It's my turn, right? I can. Yeah, I can use the longsword. I'll use the longsword 1d8 slashing, sure. All right, so...
You're holding
and
it like a
I'm-
lightsaber, and you press the button on the pommel, and it gets longer.
I can reach it with the longsword, correct? And I'm
Wait,
going to use it,
no.
I guess,
It was
one-handed.
Pidge's turn.
Oh, sorry.
And then, no,
did
it
it.
would be Cred Jr.'s turn. Once
Oh.
moved before.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
So
I was right.
confused.
It was Cred Jr.'s turn. Just got confused on what was going on there.
Okay.
Yeah. So it went back to the
I go?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you positive?
Only fools are positive.
Exactly. Are you sure?
I'm positive. Oh, I see what you did.
There it is.
Ferngully.
So I'm going to take out one of the darts, and I'm going to catapult it into that guy in the roof.
He likes killing. He was like, that was so much fun earlier when he fell off of...
It's a monster, and it's going to kill you this turn.
That's true, actually. I like killing too. You converted me.
So, it is a... Oh, I got to roll a hit. That's right. That is a 17.
That hits.
Okay, cool.
Your catapult doesn't use a dex save?
No.
Oh man, we have entirely different spells. I'm so confused.
Oh, wait, no, it is. I misread that. It is a dex save.
Oh.
Okay.
I must have
Well,
skipped
with a
over
nat
it.
1, I think it's probably going to fail.
Yeah, that does. That'll be 18 damage.
Okay.
It does it fall?
It is.
Does it fall?
It is Bleeding Ichor. I'm going to have to make a strength check to see if it can hang on. It does have spider climb, but it is kind of surprised, so did it grab hold? No, it did not. It falls on the ground.
Now,
Okay.
does...
Is
and-
it on its back with its legs up in the air?
Since it was hanging upside down, possibly. Pidge, just make a dex save to
Oh, no.
see if you get out of its way.
Oh, I'm wrapped up in thread. Do I have disadvantage?
No. The Sacred Flame burned that, so you weren't stuck.
Okay.
You were being dragged before, but...
I rolled a dice. What do I add to it?
well, it's a dex save, so if you have
Okay.
proficiency, you'd add that.
13.
Okay.
Huh?
That's enough. It just lands right next to you, legs squirming as it's trying to right itself.
Now, is it affected
This
by
is why I blink.
Is it affected by the chemical that was on it? On the dirt?
Oh.
Its legs are still squirming, but it does appear to be slowing down. You imagine it is probably about to pass out.
Hey, Pidge, on your way by, can you grab that dart for me?
I'm not touching that. I respect its authority.
All right. Anything else that you're doing, Crud Jr.?
I guess I will keep going down the tunnel.
Oh, okay. All right, then it is Amiri's turn.
So the only thing we have left to do right now is go down the tunnel.
Or make sure that the cave fisher does indeed not wake up, or retrieve the dirt.
That's on you guys. I did your job for you.
I think I'll head down the tunnel and I will ready Eldritch Blast. And I will use 3 more healing lights to give Pidge 15 HP back.
Whoa! That's like all of the HP I was down. I'm at 30 out of 31. Thank you.
Okay.
You were
Then
quite
it
the
is
healer.
Amongst.
All right. I'm also not going to take down the Fisher because I have some good rolls readied here. So I am readying my sword strokes, and I am going to head. Will I be able to get to the thing down the tunnel in a movement?
You'd be able to get to where one of them had been. You only saw the 1 foot, so you don't know if there's another one that's close that you can reach until you move forward. So are you moving your full movement, or...?
I'm gonna move my full movement and see if I can hit something with a sword.
Okay,
By the end of
just
that
make
movement.
a perception check as you are heading down to direct your movement the best way.
14.
Okay. You are able to get within 5 feet of a Kuatoa whip.
Of a what?
Ooh.
It is a little fish person.
A little
An
fish
amphibious fish person.
person. Is it the one that we hit before? Does it have an injured foot?
It does not, but you can see further away, in the cavern, there is one that is splatted on a wall that is slowly sliding down it. And the glowing, flickering light that came as you were heading down is from a large bear-like shape that appears to be made out of molten magma.
Oh my gosh.
Does this little fish person look aggressive towards me?
Well, he is right now holding a wand and pointing it in your direction and warbling.
Then yes, I will non-lethal damage these sword strokes at it.
Okay.
So I had my Eldritch Blast ready. Could I?
If you're running as well, you can fire that right before Munst hits.
Oh, yeah, if you want.
It's got 120 feet for Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
So the Eldritch Blast was 12 for the first one.
Are you aiming that at the Kuatoa or at the Magma Bear?
The Magma Bear.
Magma bear.
Actually, we'll go the Kuatoa. It's got a wand pointed right at Ominous.
Okay.
Well, before we do that, should we give it the opportunity to flee?
Yeah, its friend just died. I
Should we
don't know.
call out, run for your life if you want?
And Mary, are you anti-killing or...
Because I suspect the magma bear is actually what we're after here.
Yeah, Amiri's pretty anti-killing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll go Magma Bear. So 12 for the first one.
Okay.
And I crit the second one.
Okay. So the first one, it blasts, and it moves just enough that it seems to, graze the side of it without doing damage. The second one does definitely hit it, center mass.
Alright, so the second one does 21 damage.
Okay. And the Magma Bear is looking in your general direction right now.
It farts in your general direction.
All right, and then amongst, since you had prepared that, and then it would be in this turn.
All right. Before I launch my sword strikes at this fish person, I call out, "If you're not my enemy, drop your wand and run away."
Okay.
And Merry cheers.
Are you trying to say it in a frightening manner or just persuading it?
A warning manner. I guess persuasion.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
12.
Okay. It seems for a moment to hesitate, but it's still pointing the wand at you and is not moving away from you.
Then it gets the sword slashes. 24, 26, 21, and 15.
Nice.
Okay, those all hit.
All right, and these are non-lethal damage. 11, 7, 7, and 10.
11, 7, 7, and 10, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair bit. All right. Then, unless you're doing anything else on your turn,
Well, did it drop?
It did not drop, no.
Okay.
Oh, stronger
Well,
than a goblin.
Yeah, tougher than I thought.
The cave fisher is squirming and then just lays limply. The legs twitch every so often, indicating it is still alive, but it is unconscious.
Oh.
Good thinking, Crud Jr.
You're welcome, Pidge.
It's like right next to me.
And then, Pidge, it is your turn.
Okay. Cross my fingers, I blink at the end of this turn. Can I move and attack and then blink at the end of my turn so that I keep up with everyone else? Is that possible?
Are you trying to hold movement in case
No,
you...
I just want to move and attack, and then at the end of my turn, blink will go off. It says at the end of each of your turns for the duration of the spell, and it lasts for 1 minute. This is my
yes.
third blink.
Yes,
So
sorry, I just misheard. Wasn't sure if you were using your full movement or...
just
so, yeah.
35 feet, just like my normal...
Yeah, you'd be
one
able to
round of
move
movement.
and do
Okay,
that.
so I just want to keep up with everyone else so that I don't get separated because these tunnels are scary. And then
you
I
come,
breathe. Oh?
You come down the tunnel and can see Amunst in the middle of battle with the Kuotoa whip and the magma bear further over, and the fallen, now finally falling to the ground off of the wall, Kuotoa, which is badly singed and battered.
Ooh, well, singed. So I recognize not to shoot the magma bear with my fire breath because that seems like a bad combination of magical abilities. And I instead direct it at the water-looking elemental type creatures. The frogs don't want to be cooked. Yeah? And it rolls a dex save
Okay.
as I breathe a cone of fire at it, trying not to hit a monist.
Well, that's a nat 20.
It succeeds, so it only takes 6 damage. That's half. At the end of my turn, I blink. I'm gone. I'll be back next turn.
Okay.
Finally.
Without a clue on what is happening. All right.
I can see into the ethereal plane, and I can see gray light. So, yeah, I'll be able to see stuff that's going on. It just can't hurt me. Unless, of course, there's demons waiting for me in the ethereal plane, just hoping that I pop in so they can eat me. Always a possibility with Blink. But, yeah, while on the ethereal plane, you can see and hear the plane you originated from, which is cast in shades of gray. Mm-hmm. You can only affect and be affected by other creatures on the ethereal plane. So I can totally be in very much danger here.
And I can't help you.
Yeah. Did anything start running towards me when I blinked into the ethereal plane?
Okay, 1 second.
You're nodding.
Okay.
That'd
So,
be
yeah,
a great
you can-
place for Pitch to die.
I just was making a double check as far as that blink doesn't affect your normal vision because it is dim light in there with the light. So yeah, you can still see everything. All right. It's been a while since somebody's used that in a game, so...
Yeah, Pidge is kind of real not good at battles. I can only do transmutation spells. Like, you can see Crud's casting the same spell as me, but because it's evocation, he casts 5d10 or whatever. Yeah, and I cast 3d6 for the same spells, so I'm kind of like the bad version of Crud.
Okay. So, you can see what is happening. The Kuotoa whip is right up against Munst. They are going to try and use the staff they have in their other hand. That is a 15 to hit.
To hit who?
Amongst.
Oh.
Okay. I'm sorry, what was the number?
15.
Does not hit.
Okay. So they miss you with a staff that appears to have almost teeth on the side intended to grip tight of you.
Ooh, good thing I'm wearing armor.
All right. And then they try to back up 5 feet away from you, gesturing at the magma bear.
Well, if you attack that, I wouldn't be attacking you.
The
voices are
magma
different.
bear slowly turns its head toward Amundst.
I think he just ordered it to attack you.
Okay. The magma bear is going to start stomping its way over toward you, and it is going to make a fire breath attack as it lowers down and roars, flames shooting out from its mouth.
Oh my goodness. We should make a fire breath club.
What kind of save do I make for that?
That is a dexterity saving throw.
Well, I'm good at those. 16.
Okay. You manage to avoid the majority of the fire and take 8 fire damage.
Okay.
And the flames flicker out in its throat before it reigniting again. And it is up right about 20 feet away from you presently. 10 feet away from you. And then that brings us back to the top of the round with Crit Jr.
Alright. So what I want to do is I want to position myself where I can use my Dragon Breath again. This time with cold, targeting both the fire guy and the guy that's attacking my other dad.
Aww. He's gonna rescue
Yeah.
you. Despite how much you guys bicker? Banter?
That's because he's not my real dad.
But you're still family.
So they both need to do a dexterity saving throw.
That is a 19 for the Magma Bear, and a 5 for the Koto Whip.
Okay, so he failed, so the bear succeeded, so the bear takes half damage.
It takes full because it is vulnerable.
No, that's true. Which I almost did double to him. 42 damage.
All right.
Okay. The Kuatoa Whip gets out one little and is frozen fish popsicle.
Flash
wow.
frozen.
All right. The Magma Bear is still up, but where before it was looking at Amundst because something was ordering it to do something, it is definitely looking at Crud Jr. now as its intended target.
No, he could try, but I'm still invisible.
Well, it's not so much you if you are moving, but where it saw that burst come from.
Okay, well then, I still have my movement, so I'll move about 30 feet to the right.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage.
Okay. That is going to be stealth. Where is that? There it is.
Wait. What were you using for that ability?
It is evocation.
Right, but was that that was a spell, not a natural
Yeah,
ability?
it's a spell.
Okay, so your invisibility dropped the second you did that.
Oh wait, no, I got to do a what is that? Concentration to see if I do it, or Constitution. Try to save that, right?
Invisibility, the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
I thought I had a con save on that, but okay.
Unless you have a different spell that's using like invisibility. That's what I was asking, is if you use the invisibility spell.
I am so
never
impressed
mind.
at the DM's knowledge of spells. I feel like if I, as a DM, knew the spells that well, it would make life so much easier. So, applause.
Well,
you,
that's
you know the fine
that's
details of.
that's not so much me having it memorized as the quieter keyboard.
No, you're right.
Keyboard wins. That's a good keyboard.
All right. So then, yes, it is definitely glaring at you. You may certainly still move, but it can see you instead of having to try and pick you out.
No reason to do that now.
You could use someone else as a shield like you did before.
That's true. Hey, other dad.
Yeah, feel free.
Smack.
Feel free.
See, I'm used to playing the warrior, not the magic guy. So yeah, I'll step behind other dad.
Got it. I'm here.
Okay.
You know, it would be really fun. I can double a person's actions on their turn with haste. So Amonis would get 8 attacks.
It's a lot of dice to roll.
You think that's bad? One of the magic items I gave in my campaign gave everyone within 500 feet when it activated an action surge once a day.
Oh, I already get action surge. We should see when I'm level
Even
20,
people-
I'll already get like 10 sword strokes a turn, maybe more. I don't know. I get a ridiculous number of attacks.
It's every single character, including the ones who already have an action surge.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my god.
And one of the characters has another additional action surge from the race.
It's just like in Magic the Gathering. I take all the turns in a row.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just keep going.
Yep.
Yeah. It is Amiri's turn.
All right. I am going to use Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
It's 15 for one
Okay, that hits.
and 21 for the second
Definitely hits.
for 18 damage.
Okay.
And then I will give Ominous back 6 HP.
Oh, thank you.
And I will yell out to Ominous or Crud
What are you
to
yelling?
give Amiri a hug.
Oh, okay.
You gotta come
One
over
or
here.
the other.
Oh, do it with Crud Jr. because I want to know if he's a guy under there.
Okay.
One or the other.
You already know he's my son. Like,
That's, well, have you called him a son or your child?
Go ahead,
Oh, yeah,
other
what
dad.
is he?
if you
Amonis-
have questions, you could always ask me. You,
Yeah, what is your
Or
child?
ask Crud Jr. All right.
Oh,
So,
two avenues to the
it
truth.
would be Pidge's turn as they reappear.
poof. I
you said
appear.
poop.
I did say poop. Poof. I appear in reality.
Are you trying to command the bear?
Hi, I'm back. I still have a kitten mouth, and I go meow. And as I do that, fire comes out in a 15-foot cone, and there's just a fire bear left, right? Mm-hmm. Mine.
Well, the other one is still
Might be
alive.
there.
It's just in ice, right?
It may be. You don't know until you melt the ice.
He was flash frozen.
Okay, we'll leave him be.
Frog legs served cold.
You may want to give him 8 sword slashes.
Yeah, that seems more effective than breathing fire on a magma creature. Okay, it's my first time casting the spell. I'm going to read it. So I drop, what's the concentration one? Dragon's Breath. That's the concentration one. I dropped that. I'm like, that was cool, but fire's not super effective. And mine doesn't change. Like, yours can change. I pick one and I do that until the spell ends. So instead, I take a little piece of licorice root and I hold it out to Amonis and I say, Amonis, eat this.
Oh, thanks.
And the glycerazin speeds up your heart rate, and you find that you get +2 bonus to AC, advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you gain an additional action on each of your turns. The action
Plus-
can be
+2 to AC.
yeah.
Okay,
Your
so let
speed
me
is
change
doubled.
That. Okay.
Your heart rate is increased. The glycerazin is possibly going to stop your heart, but before it does, you get twice as much speed, +2 bonus to AC, advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you gain an additional action on each of your turns that can be used only to take the attack. One weapon attack only. No. Dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action. When it ends, you're going to be real tired.
Okay, cool. So, doubling. Okay, all right, cool. All right, I'm rolling those now.
So one weapon attack. I don't know what that is.
Well,
I
my
don't
weapon
melee.
attack is automatically doubled anyways.
Okay.
So, That's
Oh,
fine.
okay. All right, good. It accounts for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of my dual wield.
Okay, how many
Okay.
times are you slashing with your sword?
8.
So, it is the Magma Bear's turn first. It sees Crud Jr.
And then I try to blink. That one's not
Go ahead and try.
concentration. I stand there awkwardly.
Okay. So, it sees Crud Jr. Had moved behind amongst. And, Peach, how close are you right now?
Oh no.
She just fed
I'm
him.
within.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you had to hand it over, you didn't toss it, right?
Nah, with my 35 feet of movement and my blink, I was feeling pretty cocky, and I just walked up to him and handed him the licorice root.
Okay. I want the three of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Well, somebody I know gets advantage on those. 19. I rolled high.
17.
22.
Okay. So you all save, so you take 8 fire damage.
8 fire damage. How does concentration work? Do I, like, drop it because I got
You
hit?
roll to see if you can hold it, if it is higher than the amount of damage that you took.
Okay, is that, like, a flat d20 or a constitution save, or...
I believe it is a constitution save. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
constitution save.
Oh, I rolled a 20, so
So you hold
22. Yeah. Woo.
it. Okay.
Amonis, you still feel like your heart is racing.
I do still feel like my heart is racing. Oh my goodness.
All right. And it is going to move up close to you all and radiate out heat as it is up against you.
Ooh, it feels so nice.
I wish I was in the
And
ethereal
that
plane.
is 4 fire damage from the
Wait,
proximity.
what?
What?
Doesn't feel nice. Doesn't feel nice.
Oh, do I? If I roll a 3 this time, I'll be real mad. I rolled to keep my concentration, so 4 damage to everybody, or just...
4 damage unless you're using something to evade out of the way.
Nope.
I'm using him.
5 on the dice.
So yeah, it's just range. So, right. That ends its turn. So we go back up to Kurt Jr.
Okay, I'm going to poke my head over Amos's shoulder, and I'm going to use my last charge of Dragon Breath. Cold.
Oh, yours doesn't stay on.
No. See, I looked at the one you were talking about, but I decided to get the higher damage one.
Yeah, no. Yep. Makes sense. My mouth is a kitten's mouth, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So, one more one more dex, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah, dex save.
That is a 15.
That just hits it. But since it's cold damage, he still takes that all, so it's going to be 30.
Okay.
Whoa.
It could have been 60,
you-
though. I was hoping for 60.
It's got a +0 on it, so if it rolled just one lower.
Oh, man.
All right. So you can see a lot of the fire and magma within it hardening up and turning to stone as it is moving more stiffly and just giving this low growl.
Well,
And
that's my last third level, guys, so...
then it is Amiri's turn.
Alright, well, seeing as she's still human, I will shoot my Eldritch Blast.
I thought we hugged you.
Yeah, you
Did
had
I-
Crud Jr.
No, she hugged other dad.
No, I asked, and then nobody...
Oh, I hug you. There you go.
It's a free action.
Alright, that works. And then poof, there's a pink fog of smoke, and standing in her place is a were-tiger.
Okay. We're a tiger versus magma bear. Round 1.
So-
Fight!
She will use her bite and 2 claws.
Okay.
So the bite is 14 plus 5. So 19 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Then d10 plus 3. 10 damage. And then the claws are 7 and 15.
Okay.
Do they hit? Or
They hit as the first one starts to take it down. As you are attacking it, you are going to take 3 fire damage. And
Ooh, it's
how do you want to do
exploding.
this?
so the claws? So Imiri, being a were-tiger and having just bitten it, pulls back, I'm gonna assume it's still got some magma, letting some magma spew from her.
It is cooling down from, the cold that it got hit with, but it is still some that spurts out as you claw, and it seems to rapidly cool to rock as it hits the ground.
Whoa.
And eventually
Cats don't like hot food.
it just staggers and then falls backward on the ground. Just stone shattering and just pool of magma that spreads out and then hardens.
And how much fur did she burn off doing that?
Is she naked?
The Sphinx tiger.
I think she's a naked were-tiger now.
At the moment, yes.
Oh, Mary.
But she's got clothes with her. She's okay.
Okay. So you stand next to the wreckage that once was a magma bear.
I have so many sword strikes rolled out now.
Sometimes that's how the dice roll.
You can maybe
Chop up the ice around. Go and tell her.
I don't know.
Yeah, you
And
said
now we
that,
gotta-
that frozen guy.
Well, he can't speak, so we can't interrogate him.
No, you use
Well,
your
he might
sword
be able to
strikes on
speak.
him.
You could murder the ceiling creature.
I could cast tongues on it, but we'll have to wait 5 minutes for me to change back.
You
Well,
have
it's going
flower
to take a bit
petals.
of time for it to thaw, if it's even alive.
Oh, I got the flower. That's right.
Yeah, she can transform immediately as long as someone can reach into her tiger pockets and get the flowers out for her.
Phrasing.
Okay. So, should we is there any other way to find out what's going on down here? Because now I kind of think that these fish creatures summoned the fire bear.
I have bad news, Amonist.
What?
When the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn, as a wave of lethargy sweeps over it. So you try to say that, and then you it's like a
fall
robot
over.
powering down.
Well, he'd be able to say it on his turn, and then unable to do anything.
Yeah, that was your whole turn.
Was just asking that.
Wait, what? Haste only lasts a turn?
Well, no, it lasts as long as there's battle, but there's no battle anymore. So I dropped the
Oh.
spell, and you're like,
Aww.
Nap time.
it's just one turn.
Okay.
Okay.
So around the cavern itself, you can see the corpse of the one Koatoa who had been slammed into the wall. You definitely can see the arrow-piercing wound from the foot as the whipping was hit, and part of the toe, and it tore away as it tried to run. You can see the singe on the skin from when the magma bear basically backhanded it into the wall.
This one's dead.
This one is definitely dead.
Can I revivify it?
It is within a minute if you wish to attempt to do so.
Sure.
I retrieve my arrow.
Okay. And that's the first thing that it says as you revivify it.
You got tongues, right?
Yes, I was going to say we could question this one.
That's a great idea. I assist you in handcuffing it.
Okay.
And then I will use my last spell slot to cast tongues on it.
Okay. Are you going to wait to try and put the handcuffs on before or after the tongues are cast?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. No, I won't put handcuffs on it. I hold the handcuffs menacingly, dangling them in front of me, but I don't put them on.
So now it can talk to us.
You killed our god.
We killed your god?
You killed our god.
We killed your gourd?
It just starts kneeling and starting to bow in your direction.
Oh, that's right. We're your new gourd.
Yes. Pray to the were-tiger. Oh, God.
So this
I
one
am
was
not a
dead
god.
when you were a weretiger, so I didn't see that.
Yeah, it just knows that Amiri brought it back to life.
Yeah.
Amiri, are you going to tell it to worship Coddle?
Oh, God. Yeah, definitely.
Points over at Pidge and says,
You disappeared and popped up elsewhere, which I showed your path.
Sorry, I don't really
gods.
understand you.
okay.
Yeah, that
So
voice is a bit much.
I'm trying.
So what it's saying is that it saw you as you disappeared and saw your path.
My path?
It can see into the ethereal plane.
Oh, cool. That's a handy ability. I wish I could see into the ethereal plane. I always wonder if something's waiting there with its mouth open, waiting for me to pop into the ethereal plane at all times, just following me around. It's constantly on my mind.
Yep.
Maybe take
And
its
then
eyes.
it points over at Crud Jr. and says, you disappeared in a different way, and I saw your path. It also can see invisibility.
Craig Jr. gives him 2 thumbs up.
And it just looks and gives webbed fingers, which don't let it properly thumbs up without pulling the other fingers in a different position.
Did the magma bear cause the earthquake?
No.
Okay.
What did cause the earthquake?
Gives a little shrug.
Why is the magma bear here?
Lives here.
Did it or you have anything to do with the missing kobolds and goblins?
God needs food. Sacrifice.
Oh, yes, you did. Okay. Got it. Their names were Mata and Gi, I say menacingly.
Food and food is food. And sacrifice is sacrifice.
I feel way less bad about the goblins. I mean, I don't know. They're the only ones down here drinking tea. Maybe I should feel bad about them.
You now see the way of Coddle.
What is Coddle? Coddle
That
is
is-
path.
It is a god. The all-knowing god. The right god for you. Seeing as its follower just took out yours.
This is a battle of the gods, and it does look like we have a winner.
Strong God. Send strong follower.
Very strong follower. Celestial follower.
God send other God. God must be big God.
Just to show his light, I will use my last 2 healing lights to give it 11 HP back.
Okay.
Just to show Coddle's grace.
All right. And it looks at itself and some of its wounds just knitting back together, breathing a bit more easily, reaches inside of its vest and pulls out a bony tail dagger and just holds it out to you.
Hilt first?
Just flat in its 2 hands, like this.
Yeah. Oh.
I take it.
Does it appear magical?
It does.
I don't think it's going to attack me, so I take it.
Okay.
Da 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 da.
Stinger of horror is yours now.
What does it do?
Stinger of Horror. It is a magic dagger. Rare, requires attunement by a warlock. It is a
Oh.
bony tail of a cloaker that has been fashioned into a weapon. It is a +2 dagger. Creatures attacked by the dagger, not necessarily hit by it, must make a DC 16 wisdom saving throw. On a failed saving throw, the creature becomes frightened until the attacker's next turn. Creature that succeeds becomes immune for 24 hours.
Scary tail dagger. Okay,
All right.
so are you going to take... What's your name?
Robert.
Robert, the converted frog person.
Will you follow us and become a worshiper of Coddle?
Can't get back to others. Might as well.
That's like sad.
Quake blocked underground river.
Are there any more of you here?
Underground lake. River cut off. Find new god, Magma Bear.
Ah, so that's how all this happened. You were cut off from the river.
Cheater's gonna cheat. Oh yeah, the earthquake.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is kind of too big for us to handle.
Now it's got a new god, not a lava bear.
And you have a long-term quest to convert the rest of its friends and make Coddle the supreme lord of all of the frog people.
All right. Well, I
Very
think this
interesting seeing as Coddle's a snake.
Oh yeah, snakes eat
Interesting.
frogs. Yeah.
sounds like he's supposed to be their overlord.
Yep.
It's more like a winged.
Well, I think this was supposed to be what we were here for.
Yeah, we have stopped the mass killing of goblins, thus saving more than we killed and no longer being murderers.
I don't think that's how that works. I think that's a very evil way of thinking.
I'm trying to make it
that's
better.
just me. I think that the big point is that we have destroyed the thing that's going to be causing this feud between the goblins and the kobolds, and therefore settling the unrest between them that's going to spill out into the town.
Yeah, we're good people. Look at all the
Alright.
good that we did with all this murder.
Go ahead and all of you go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. There's got to be more goodies down here.
8.
15.
16.
3.
Okay. Everyone except for Crud Jr. hears the sound of falling water dripping on stone.
Ooh, where's it coming from? And Monas looks around.
It is coming from the frozen Kuatoa,
Oh, and
as
Monas
the
goes
heat
over there and
from
looks.
the magma bear has partially melted the ice.
Is his head free?
His head is not free. However, one of his hands, which was holding the wand and readying it, is elevated, so it is freed.
Oh yeah. I figured we were going to have to take that wand.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna. I'm gonna take that.
Okay.
What is that thing's properties?
It is a spell snipe wand. Spells that cast that have a single target have a base range increased by 30 feet.
I think Pidge is the only one that hasn't gotten anything, so I think she should take that.
I don't have any spells that target one person. I'm a broken, stupid wizard. I mean, maybe Gust, but that's 30 feet.
Mary, are you a wizard or are you a sorcerer?
I'm a warlock.
You're a warlock. Okay, I guess.
Crud, I think that's you.
Yeah, that's
It
me.
really does me no good, so I'll hand it over to Crud Jr. as
You
soon
can
as I take it.
despair from further away.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, I'm going to use, what is that? It is Firebolt on it, the ice around its head, and we're going to melt that, see if it's still alive.
Okay. As you melt it, the eye itself just starts clouding over as the ice is being melted away.
Extract it quickly.
It seems that it was in the middle of dying from the damage itself, but the frost was keeping it preserved.
Can I hit you, spare the dying?
You may attempt to do so.
I don't have any spell slots left to use Revivify.
Right. I will say, just go ahead and make a dex save to do it before he's thawed out too much.
No eyeballs for Pidge.
Dex.
Oh, basilisk eyeballs. I can get those.
Yeah.
I head off down the tunnel.
Yeah, we have lots of fancy parts from that basilisk to get.
So Dex 13 plus 3, 16.
Okay. You manage to stabilize him.
Yeah.
I will finish thawing him out then.
That's nice. And Monas walks
Then-
down with Pidge.
Hey, Amonist, is lizard red meat or white meat?
I'm pretty sure it's white meat.
Excellent. I have 2 eyeballs in a bag. Or do I have to roll for that?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
13?
Okay. You manage to pull them both out. You do spill a little bit of the basilisk blood in the process. And it doesn't so much drip out or gush like before, since it's been a little bit of time, as just kind of dribble along the hide and stain.
I had a 500 milliliter flask of basilisk blood that was corked, but I was
Yeah.
trying to extract the eyes just now, not the blood.
I know, he was saying that there was more blood that got out, but we're not trying to do more blood this time.
It just was a
No.
messy kind of extraction.
Oh, yeah, no, its face isn't usable for anything else.
Yeah.
How,
Get some of that belly meat, get some basilic bacon.
Bacon!
See, I'm not even worried about the meat. I want some of this hide. I'm thinking maybe some basilisk hide armor.
That's cool.
I'm thinking maybe some of these spines can be useful.
Amonist and Pidge are just like, la, 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 la.
I'm just saying, I know there's some swords out there that do a lot more than +1 damage. I see swords out there that are like +10 cold damage. I'm like, that'd be kind of nice. With every sword stroke, +8 with +10 cold on each one. That'd be really cool. I don't know.
Yeah, Amiri kind of feels this kind of morally wrong, seeing as her god is a feathered winged snake.
Oh,
There are no feathers here.
Just close your eyes.
eight-legged lizard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I was thinking of like basilisk, like Harry Potter.
No.
Pidge, I want you to make a perception check as you are cutting out the eyes and it's got its mouth open.
18.
Okay. You can see there is something in its gullet.
Oh. Well, it's dead, so I'm going to put my hand in its mouth.
Okay. You pull out part of an arm that is clutching hold of a staff that has some crystals on the end.
Oh my gosh. All right. I hand it to Crud. Crud Jr., here's a staff.
Arcana of Dirty 20.
Okay. It is a staff with the Transmutation Apprentice.
That seems like mine.
Yes. I handed back saying
It has 2 spells stored in it right now, Featherfall and Jump. They are 1 charge per use. It contains 5 charges right now. Every day, it recovers 1d4 charges. Once a week, you can exchange 1 spell for another first level spell that you know from the same spell school, and it will remain in there instead of that spell.
Cool. Hey, I got more spell slots. We both got more spell slots today.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Let's say that it has amethyst gems in it. There we go.
Okay.
That's on flavor. All right. Hey
Let's
guys,
also
this was a
take those
great
teeth,
adventure.
actually. Let's pull those out.
Amonis takes the hide and the teeth.
Hide, teeth, spines. Yes, take those out. I'll use my sword to cut all those out nice and clean. I can make, what is this? Dexterity? I think that's dexterity, right? I'm using a sword to do this.
Nature.
Or am I doing
off.
nature?
Yeah.
Cut off the legs.
Well, if he did that, it would look too much
Where's
like
my
a snake.
nature? 17.
Okay. So, are you extracting the hide, teeth, or spikes first?
Oh, I guess teeth.
Okay. So you managed to extract them without any problem.
And then for the hide, 14.
Okay. You managed to extract the hide. There are a couple of points where it's more of a ragged cut than you might have liked, but that's something that could be covered up depending on how it is used.
All right, and then I got a natural 20 for the spines.
All right. And they
First
come
one I've rolled
off
all game.
easily without any damage to them. You imagine that they'd be useful for just in general when you need something sharp. If somebody wants to attach them to, say, a gauntlet or a glove of some kind to stab when they punch.
Wolverine style.
Whoa.
When somebody wants to attach them to something else that they just need a sharp bit at the end.
Okay,
or they
so
could
these
just
are
be
not
used as daggers, as is.
Okay.
For our next adventures, he's going to come dressed as the Basilisk.
Where else am I going to get stuff to make cool equipment?
The hides of your... I guess it's like wearing leather, right? The hides of your bacon-generating animals.
Should we have saved the hide of that goblin you killed so you could make something out of it?
He slipped on oil.
Okay. And at this time, the cave fisher is twitching a bit more.
Let's get out of here. Or do you want to
Should we kill it? Kill it.
It's going to kill the people and the goblins. I owe it to the goblins. I owe it to the goblins.
Do
This
you
one
want me
didn't
to spare
talk,
your
right?
conscience?
No.
Are you sure?
Accessories are fully guilty. It's just, it doesn't talk, right? Just to confirm that?
Just a chittering.
Okay, I take one of the perfect spines that Amonist has retrieved and I pith it so it doesn't feel any suffering.
Okay. All right.
You can't
So-
eat people, animals. You're not allowed.
As you do that, the Kuatoa whip, now healed and free from the ice, well, at least stabilized, just as it sees you just stab that into it.
We are your overlords now.
Sounded like he just yelled war.
I'm gonna tell the other Kuatoa to convert him.
Yep.
Okay. Emiri, as it was bellowing, you were able to understand it as it was calling it out as its pet. They gave it a nickname.
Oh, sorry. Mary, can you fix this?
Think of it like an attack dog.
I got Spare the Dying. So
Yeah, sorry. Come back, little doggy. I mistook you for like a giant scorpion thing. Sorry.
there. Thus showing the power of Coddle to the other Kuatoa.
Yes, it
Okay.
was all to convert
you can-
you.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check at disadvantage this time.
Really? Because that's pretty persuasive.
Well,
I'll bring things back
just saw
from the
it get
dead.
killed, and looks like it
Okay.
wasn't her that did it.
So persuasion,
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
12
It
plus
gives
30.
a affirmative nod, like, yes, this is the way.
Charisma-based casters.
And now Imeri is turned into the Mandalorian. This is the way.
Oh man, you're now like a priest, a priestess. What are you? You've got a flock.
That seems like you're asking that question a lot about lots of different characters now. What are you?
Yeah, you're like. Well, you've got a congregation growing, don't you?
Yeah, she's already gotten a couple other people.
Yep.
I'd have to figure out who they are and go back and listen, but
She's making an army.
Dun dun dun.
A holy war shall occur.
I hope not.
All right. So, is there anything further that you are doing before heading back up?
I don't think so.
not down here. When we go back up, yes.
Oh, okay. Back up we go.
Where's Bane?
So, Bane is just to the part where the first, or rather, in your case, going down the last gap, but it's his first, as he is just gripping hold and slowly walking his way along the cliff face to the next part of the stairs. And you can see there's 3 people reaching out, like, trying to stabilize him, but he's stubborn and not just letting them grab him and take him the whole way up.
Ominous, do you want to go get him?
Sure. I'll go grab him.
You just give him a little help. And, oh, you're back already.
Yep, didn't take long.
Oh, that was quick.
Yep, we'll just give you a little help here.
Okay.
We'll march back up towards town.
And once back at the town, you find the other 4 members of the Fire-Breathing Kittens Guild who were held captive by confused kobolds and goblins, helping out, moving things from the storehouse around to those who need it the most, and looking glad that you're all alive and safe, and looking behind you at the Kuatoa, and then they look back and forth between you and them, like, are these more that we need to put in prison when we get back, or...
No, these guys are not prisoners.
Yes.
Okay.
These ones have agreed to a different path.
These guys are followers.
Yeah, kobolds. You could have just worked in the bakery. But no.
Work for us, get out of jail.
right.
Don't work for us, go to jail. That's
The
the lesson
kobolds could
here.
have they could have converted too, but they didn't.
Right. Okay. So, I guess we'll continue to help out bringing things from the storehouse back and forth until we're done with our original work here. Guess the,
Not normally how Fire Breathing Kittens operates, but you do you.
well, we sort of didn't complete our original mission, so
Would you like help?
if you're offering, there's a lot to move out of that storehouse.
I carry things. I'm 3 foot 4 inches tall and 40 pounds.
And Amiri
There.
will help.
Small things.
I suspect there's not a lot of gold in this, but I guess Amountis can help too.
You want gold?
I'm alright.
The city was just destroyed by an earthquake. You want to take the
Yeah,
precious
I know.
gold?
Not from them.
Shiny things.
Do you have shiny things?
Shiny things in cave. Shiny
Where?
things we bring.
He just pulls a small little bag, jingling it.
Sure, I'll take that.
There you go. Now you got paid.
He
How
just
much is in this?
hands it over. Okay. You just open it up as is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There is an assortment of different types of stone inside. There appears to be some flint, which as you open up the bag causes a few small sparks as it strikes into each other. The bag seems a bit resistant to the sparks, however. But you can see there is a reflective glint from that spark on whatever else is in the bag.
Okay. I sit down on the ground and dump the bag out in front of me so I can see everything in the bag.
Okay. So, you find 3 gemstones inside the bag, aside from the flint.
Okay.
There is a emerald, appears to be worth 1,000 GP.
Okay. Okay.
There is a piece of jet, appears to be around 200 GP. And
Okay.
there is a piece of quartz that is yellow in color. It is about 100 GP.
Okay. Are there more of these in this cave?
Plenty deeper down.
Deeper down.
And you also have 3 pounds of flint.
How much is 3 pounds of flint worth?
Let me check. It is not extraordinarily valuable.
Okay. So we got about 1,300 worth of gemstones. Okay. Well, we can split that up, guys.
Yeah, it's only a couple of copper.
Yeah.
Sounds like Amiri and Ominous have a job to do.
A
Dig
job
down
to do?
deeper. Dig down deeper to get more treasure and to reach the remaining Croatoa.
Okay. Why only 2 of us, not the 4 of us?
I mean, they could come if they want, but
Okay.
Amiri wants the crow to reach the remaining Croatoa, and Ominous now knows that there's more treasure down further.
I mean, especially these emeralds at 1,000 a pop. Jeez. Wish I'd known that when we were down there. I would have scooped up a handful.
You not ask.
Well, good to know. Anything else I should know?
Lot of rock fall.
A lot of rock fall? Like these kind of rocks?
Quake.
Oh, during the earthquake?
And just nods.
I'm sure if it was easy to dig back, he would have already done it.
That's true. Oh, well.
I think it's time to head home.
I think it's time to head home, too.
And
I finished carrying up the small box and emerging from the crack in the ground. I'm like, this is the last box. Oh, hey, you guys. You could have helped.
We were busy. We got gemstones.
And before leaving, Amiri's gonna donate 400 gold to help fix their city.
That's nice of you.
Aw.
That
Before
should
leaving,
be
I move all the sand out of their way.
That's good.
a lot of gold.
Huh?
That should be a lot of gold to help build.
Yeah.
That's right nice of you.
Yeah.
Little Mary, I reach down and scruff her hair.
Reach up.
Yeah, she's taller than you.
Ah.
I'm 5'4".
No, not Mary. The little
Mary.
human girl from earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, she
Mary.
kind of
I
just
thought you
jiggles a
said
little.
Amiri.
She's still about your height, though, so.
I reach across and mess up her human hair.
And having completed the original mission, completed the mission that was assigned to you all, and also finding some additional reward, whether fiscal, through items, goodwill, new followers, or the like, you all eventually make your way back toward the Fire-Breathing Kittens Guild, taking various means, camels, trains, horses, across. And hours later, as everyone is celebrating, huffing and puffing, a goblin climbs up from the side of the cliff, looking around. I will have my revenge!
I didn't kill anybody. Yay.
Oh no, you killed 2. You just didn't kill one of them.
Just not all of them.
You didn't kill enough of them.
Well, we killed all the witnesses, so they can't be coming after us.
I saw your face. I don't know. All right.
I didn't do anything to them.
It might not know. It might not know who did it, but there's witnesses in the city of who went down there. Thank you very much. Joining us all this time were Mary.
Bye, guys.
Pidge.
Bye.
Amongst.
Thank you.
Crit Jr.
Bye-bye.
And me as DM. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. You can find more adventures on Amazon.com in the bookstore Fire Breathing Kittens, all one word, podcast. We also have official merchandise on Redbubble.com. Go to Redbubble.com and search for works from your favorite characters such as Frath, Amonist, Azreen, and more.